Welcome to War Commander Unshackled, Metamorphosis, Massacre. And today on the panel we have we've got Rambo, we've got, I forget your game, Hawkeye. See, we have to save the best for last. See, we do a dramatic pause, and then we just, because your name is so excellent that we have to do a dramatic pause. See?
And you got Bulldog.
And Daba Phoenix, the king of bullcrap.
Yeah.
And so we've got a bunch of stuff on the schedule for today. What's up, Scott and Bessie? Good day to you, Mike. So first of all, let's go over a few things that I found in the forums. Multi-screen. Let me know if this is coming up on YouTube. I am presenting.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It is.
So, our gracious CM Bernie, our community manager, has put up a War Commander next week. So, on January 28th, we've got Operation Metamorphosis continues, and I apologize that it's in gray. It's really hard to see with the white, but So, we're in Operation Metamorphosis. We're about the halfway point. So, the 29th, and we're still going to have that. The 30th, Metamorphosis ends at 10 a.m. PST, which is, I guess it's going to be 8 p.m. GMT, because PST is GMT minus 8. So 8 o'clock GMT, the event should be ending, the normal time that it ends on Wednesday. Then on the map, we have Standard Elite and Omega Siege Squadron bases, Omega War Rig bases, and Omega Herald bases. January 31st, we have a downtime at 11 a.m. PST, which would be 9 o'clock GMT. Subject to change, of course. And it's Thursday update notes, or downtime and update notes and all that, because we have an event. So typically after the events, it's Thursday. And we have seen them change it to Friday in the past, so, it's always subject to change. Then we have Shadow Ops Chapter 1 briefing. So we'll be getting a new Shadow Ops unit. So hopefully it shoots bullets and is awesome, like the last couple that we've gotten, like the Nova. I haven't heard about the Nova, but...
Don't spoil too much, eh?
Say what?
Don't spoil too much.
Hey, right now I know that it may or may not shoot bullets. It's going to contain space in your either your airfield war factory or your the other one, the infantry building.
And it requires to unlock. Yeah,
it's most likely going to require resources to build. Over a day build time. So these are all exclusive secrets that you hear right here on War Commander Unshackled. You heard it here first about the new Shadow Ops unit. So
you're full of shit.
Hey! I have not lied yet. It will take space. It will probably take metal and oil to build it. Because typically Shadow Ops units don't take thorium to build. What else did I say? It's probably going to be over a day to build. Yep, it's going to require space. It's not going to be zero space. So I haven't lied about anything. I'm just stating the obvious about stuff. And then we got February 1st. Shadow Ops Chapter 1 Phase 1 begins. So this is just a Chapter 1 briefing that's going to come out probably. Oh, yeah, and then Warpath briefing. Oh, so we're getting Warpath. Raid update and resource and thorium-based updates. So this is the stuff that's going to come out January 31st, and then if I pull up my handy-dandy calendar, so then the 1st is actually going to be when we can get this new mysterious Shadow Ops unit. We're going to call it Shadow Ops Unit X until we get an official name from Kixeye for that particular unit. So, what do you guys think about these things on this?
You think they're changing all the bases on the 31st?
Yeah, probably. Typically, they change all the Shadow Ops bases at the end of the event, and then they model some of them after old event bases, like the
Shadow Ops they do, but I'm talking about the resource, Thorm, and raid bases.
I don't know.
I mean, 30, 35, 60.
It says resource and thorium base update. Storm Chaser was talking about in the forums, not the forums, the Discord, that they were going to be they're thinking about doing a resource base,
Oh man.
like changing and thorium base changing, because now one of the requirements for the new Thor bases are that you won't have to, or I think he said something to the effect of we won't have to kill all the units anymore. And so they're going to try to put the spotlights back in, because there was an issue with the spotlights where if you stepped over a spotlight and you killed everything else in the base, I guess you would have to kill those spotlight units too, like the units that spawn from that spotlight. So now they put the requirement probably to just buildings. So this way, you can have all the spotlight units you want, but you just have to kill the buildings.
Interesting.
And then I think they were hinting that in Discord that if you had all your resource storages maxed without any compressions, that I think one of the highest resource bases would fill you up. But I vaguely remember that, so don't quote me on it if it's not in there. But if you go into Discord, you can search up a particular person's name at the top right, just put @ and then kicks underscore and then whomever you want. And then you can search, like, it's mainly Storm Chaser and CM Bernie that are the two that post a lot. So they share a lot of good stuff. And of course, the obvious question is, how do you join Discord? You can join it in the description. There's a link. Description to this video. I hope there's a link anyways. And yeah. So let's see what we got here. Siege, Radio 1. All right. So yeah, it looks like we have the standard elite and Omega Siege squadrons on the map on the 30th. Who is that? Let's see. Yeah, and these pay out parts, they don't pay out tech. So if they offer tech for any of this stuff, the Herald, War Rig, and Siege Squadron, and a gold pack, or the event store or gear store or anything, you'd have to pick it up there if you wanted the additional tech. But these just pay out the standard elite and Omega parts. So standard, you'll need 8 bases. Elite, you'll need, assuming they're still doing the 222, you'll need 20 bases of those. And then Omega, you can get between 1, 3, 5, or 7 parts, and that's unknown amount of bases. Typically, on average, I was doing between 50 and 60 for Omega units. But that's why it's good to have a good clan, or even a good group of people. They don't necessarily have to be in the same clan, just to help each other out. You guys all know I jump around. I really don't do the big alliance politics, but I just jump around and, I like to help people. It doesn't matter who they are, as long as they're decent people. And a please and a thank you if you're asking for help. We don't want to be lizards now.
Or buggy baggers.
Yeah, that too. Bring a buggy up to a high-level base and then just post it and then just say, hey, I want this. Not even, please, can you help me or anything? Just, hey, this base, just post chords, and that's the first thing you say for the day.
I need this. Go get it.
Don't be a lizard. So our new unit is called the Lancer, and there's a known issue with it. Currently, that's what I was going to show you guys. So if you go into your prizes, and or actually, hang on. Let me do it in the let me do it in my what you call it? My vehicles. So where is my Lancer? I guess it helps if I look in infantry, because the Lancer is not a vehicle. So right now it shows 750 range for my Lancer, but that is a visual bug, because it's supposed to have 600, and then at level 10 it gets 750 as a base defender. So I'm just gonna show you in my academy real quick.
Only a base defender.
About my Lancer. So again, it shows 750. But we're going to go into the forums.
And that could change.
General discussion. Yep, everything's subject to change.
Yeah, and there can also be tech for more range. And
So this information is accurate as of today, 4:10 Eastern, 1:26:19, and Saturday. So as of today, this information is accurate. But where was the release notes? It was Operation Metamorphosis. So these were the update notes in the that I believe we went over
Yep.
At some point in time. So I just want to highlight something here. So it says range level 1, 600 in the middle of the screen. And then it pushes a big gun. Before it attacks, it must set up and tear it down. But the level 10 talent says adds 150 range as a base defender. So he's got standard 600. But as a base defender, he'll get an extra 150 at level 10. And that's only for as a base defender. So like if you're being attacked and you have him in your, if you're being attacked on the world map and you have him in your as like a defense toon, like he's on the world map and you're defending with that, I don't believe you would get the 150 extra. It says base defender, so I'll let you know when it's level 10. But yeah, the official notice from Kicksai is as follows. Commanders, there's currently a known issue with the Lancer where the range displays a 750 in the Academy. This is incorrect as the default range is 600 and then is increased to 750. And the unit is used as a base defender. Team is currently investigating and will hopefully have a fix ready to go by next week. Next week's update, so that'll be on Thursday. So hopefully,
amazing he can post all that, but he can't go into the HTML and just change that post so quickly.
Well, the forum post is good. It's just in the game is a little weird. The game is
right.
The game showing 750, but the forum post is good.
Yeah.
I don't like that they use the pictures because we can't like if we see an edit, if we see a mistake, you got to put a whole new picture. You can't just like change the text, and you can't copy and paste this stuff, which is our these are the values as of
60%. Who does both?
As of Wednesday night. Wednesday night after the update notes, this was the payout. So if Kix has adjusted any numbers, then this won't be relevant. But as of Wednesday night, when I put this on, we're getting 1.1 XP from full completion. If you do the 10% boost, you get 1.2. 50% boost, you get 1.7. And if it's possible to do the 10 and the 50 at the same time, you get 1.8 per completion. So, that's pretty good XP. And like we all know, we need 24 of the new Lancers to be unlimited.
Infinity.
So you can buy those if you want, or you can earn 6 of them per playthrough. So you need 4 playthroughs in order to get your unlimited for the Lancers. So PD Riot says, has anyone found a use for the Lancers yet? Well,
they kill units.
But yeah, they shoot bullets and they kill units. But have a look. I'm going to show you a good use for these particular units.
Oh, yeah.
This is some, and I crashed. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, come on. Quality gaming.
Way to go, Doc.
So the Lancer gives you a 1% chance to crash your own computer, so way to go.
Hey, did you clean cookies?
Yeah, I gotta go clean the cookies and cache and hang on, what was it?
Eat your cookies.
Whoops. Hopefully no product brands come up and all that and whatnot, but there was a funny picture Google had. There it is. Got the cookie. Yeah, let me zoom this in a little bit. But see, look, got the cookies in the cache, and you're cleaning your cookies in cache.
Nice.
Only you.
The best part is his shirt says, I assume it's a guy. The shirt says, have you tried turning it on and off again? So next time they ask you to clean your cookies in cache, just send them this and say, here, look, I clean the cookies in cache. That's a $5 in there. You got a bunch of 1s and 5s. But the thing is, now what I found most hurtful about this is now the cookies are kind of ruined because they touch the money, and you don't know where that money's been. So
yeah, all that cocaine on them.
There's a lot of adult places that people bring singles to the 1s, so you never know where the $1 bill's been. Mm-hmm. Adult establishments, we call it, just this way we don't get flagged. But what do they call it? Gentlemen's Club. That's the PG.
What are those?
What are those?
Places where gentlemen hang out.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so just waiting on my game to come back. All right,
Yeah,
so
I'm grinding the event further.
take 2. So we're going to remove all these technicals, and we're going to put the Lancers in. I keep in mind mine are level 4, I want to say. So, let me know out on YouTube if you're having any issues seeing
Hey,
me.
Toba, for the community, can you make him 20, please?
Absolutely. So, on an unrelated note, can I borrow like 1,000 coins? Just go, what do you call it? Go borrow some of the singles at the Gentleman's Club and then cash them into gold, and then we'll be good.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
All right, so something I want to show with these before we show a good use for them is the setup and teardown time. So we're going to set up with a go-go bar. I want to put an Ardra in. So if it comes out yellow, that means it's got all the goodies on it, all the good tech. If it comes out pink, then it's a standard Ardra.
And it sucks.
Entered round or something. So 50-50 chance. Let me turn my chat off. So here we have a standard Ardra with no goodies on it. So go-go bar operators, you're fired. You had one job. You're supposed to provide me with a gold Ardra. But let me just use one of these, I guess. So watch. I'm going to get him into what I call fire mode, so where he's ready to fire. It takes a little bit to set up. So as you can see, he's setting up right now, and now he fires. And now I clicked away. He doesn't actually do anything because he's got to tear down. Hey, you're supposed to be moving, not firing. Any day now, buddy. Okay, so normally he's supposed... There we go. Ah, you got to double click, I guess. That's weird. Okay, well, that's a bug.
Told you.
Catch it live. I've never had this happen before. He's supposed to...
I told you earlier this day, sometimes I don't fire.
All right, so I'm going to double click because single clicking doesn't seem to work. Nope, double click's not making a move either.
He's broken.
Hey, move. Hey, I am your supreme commander. Move.
Nope.
Apparently you don't have the double way.
Hey, buddy. There we go. That one's broken. All right, let's try another one. I mean, as you can see, it's doing a lot of damage to this this Ardra. This one of these. All 13 of these, if I fire on that Ardra, she's dead. One hit, even with the gold one. All right, so let's see if this one's a better representation. Oh, there we go. Normally there's a setup, a breakdown time too, so it'll be like a second or two after he fires where he's got to, like, you know, put the gun together or whatever. But yeah, that'll be something I'm reporting, that he's just firing and not moving. Also, what is it? With these things, they do not have a minimum range, and I'll show that right here. So, an Ardra takes, well, the maxed out Ardra took 2 shots on me, so I'm curious what this one will do, but I'm basically bringing in these things real close just so this way you can see that there's no minimum range. Of course, you can see there's no donut as I highlight them, so, but see, we got right on them, on top of Ardra,
Boom.
and boom, 1 shot. So, that's kind of how the unit works and whatnot. So now, in a base like mine, where it's all squished together, you can kind of scatter them. Think about D-Day and how the Germans had their defenses kind of lined up. So they were good against the sea. You know, well, obviously they failed, but they were, you know, they had the sea fortified. So basically, like, if you were to attack from the sea, it wasn't going to be an easy victory. So I'm gonna do kind of the same setup. I'm gonna set it so that if you come from the bottom, it's gonna be a little rough. And basically, these are kind of like what you would use Vindicators for, especially when I get them to level 10 and they get that extra 150 range boost. They're gonna be really nice because right now they shoot out to about here, and yeah. So what's this guy? So this has got 600 range. This turret, so you can kind of see like where they would be firing. So they're gonna start shooting it about right here when they're real close. So an extra 150 will probably put it out to about there if they were sitting like right on top of that bunker. So I'm just waiting for all these things to move in, so this way they stay. Because I have a bug where if I go to the world map and come back in, they like to move down here and have a little party and picnic. Let's check YouTube while we're waiting. Siege Squadron. Oh, welcome, Animal. Welcome to the show. I apologize for the YouTube notifications. That's out of my control. I don't have any control on that. So, I'll put these guys all on defend. Put up my go-go bar. So, this worked 2 times now. So if this fails on a live stream, I'm going to be laughing. But I'm going to put in a tune that somebody would typically come out of base with.
Exactly, yeah.
What I would call a Omega Ruby spammer.
So you're just
all the big Omega units in and then pray?
Only the Lancers, right?
Yeah. Well, my bunkers are full and all that, but I got the Lancers as well.
Right, right.
And then I put 1 technical. I put a phalanx and a technical just because, to fill the space. And obviously, a normal player would be a lot smarter than this go-go bar test, but this go-go bar test is just kind of like a guide. Normally, this tune would run me over in a go-go bar test without these Lancers. I'd also have railguns here, so this should be interesting when I did the last test. And also, they came from the left or the right side, not the left. So
interesting.
And for those out there that'll say they can flat me, absolutely, my base is terrible if you know what you're doing. I've flattened my base with ERMs and a Juggernaut before, like in a go-go bar test. So my base is weak, but I'm just showing you like the potential of these units. Because the Lancers, they shoot out, and I've got walls to protect, so you have to get through all these buildings and these walls in order to get my Lancers. So while you're doing all that, they're shooting.
First thing I would do is get rid of those flax, but that's just me.
So, we still got the Juggernaut back there. Ardra's almost dead. Now we got the Darkstorm. So the Lancers can fire outside of the Darkstorm aura, but it's like right at the edge. So,
but hold on, a Darkstorm aura is 700 range.
Yeah, so it seems like they do get the base defense, at least with the go-go bar. They get the 750. Mm-hmm. So I'll have to get some clarification on that because they do fire outside of the aura. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Or we miscalculated the Darkstorm aura.
No, they said 700 for the Darkstorm aura ages ago.
Yeah, and 750 for level 10. So it's weird.
So this is getting a little bit further than it did before, but yeah, like. I think a ground assault with these guys is going to be a bad idea. Even if the player is controlling them, you'll probably want to take out those guys with Raptors. And as you can see, it's kind of hard to see these units with my base, with the trophies and the walls and all that, because they're brown. My walls are brown. So I think a Survivor and a Sentinel will be good for hiding these things because the walls are brown. And especially Survivors because they have the gray background. So... But I have 12 of these guys right in here. I don't see now. I don't know why they're deciding to move, but I never told them to. But yeah, I'm gonna pause them right there. Do you have anything on YouTube? Nope. All right, so now it's you guys. So what do you guys think of the event so far? And likes, dislikes, and rate it 1 to 10. Let's start with Hawkeye.
I'd rate it about a 9. I'm actually getting a lot farther than I usually get.
Open City.
So, I really enjoy it. I mean, you can get in there and knock a lot of it out with escorts and heralds, You know, so it's probably good for the lower levels that they can get in there and get it done. So they got.
All right, cool. Rambo, what are your thoughts? And then a rating, please, sir.
I think if people have their escorts, you know, you can get a lot done with the escort, yes. But some people probably don't even have them. Hopefully, you got them to the holdout or through other ways. The Herald's a big advantage. It's a big unit to use on even in the main track. But I think it's well balanced.
Yeah.
I think the waves are well balanced. You know, they take a little work in figuring out how to do them, but they're strategic and they're balanced. I give it like an 8, maybe a 9. It's pretty good. I just wish there was more rewards, other things other than just the Ramiro tech and the new thing. You don't want a bunch of units to have to upgrade and do because between events, but it'd be nice to have some other things that you could use.
So why can't I spell trouble? I was having a big part typing a comment on YouTube. So you use the B word a lot, balanced. It's good to hear that. We're getting back to that. Remember, this was a curse word about a year ago on Unshackled. So now we got the 1.
Yeah, I'm rating it a solid 10 because it's a very, very good event. I mean, then you got your escorts up and your sentry up. I mean, it's so much fun. It's enjoyable.
It's a good gaming experience for you. All right, and save the best for last. City, what are your thoughts about the event rating?
You have got Hawkeye. He's the best for last. Okay. Yeah, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it for what I can get on. I've had a little bit of internet problems. This is my end. It's not Quicktire's end. But yeah, it isn't bad. It isn't bad at all if you've got the units to the right level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a rating off me, didn't you? I apologise.
Yes, please, sir.
I'll probably give it about an 8. An 8. I think that's
low.
That's not low. 8's above average.
So
way above average.
Give it a 9.
Hawkeye's there. Save the best for last. Hawkeye.
He already went. He was the first. Then.
I'm sorry. I apologise. Did he say first?
Yeah, he went first. Then Rambo. Then the 1, and then you.
And now the best for last.
That's what I said. The best for last. Now I'm going to ask a question that I don't believe was asked ever before on Unshackled. And this is going to go to City, Hawkeye, and Rambo. And you'll see why in a moment. So for those of you guys that didn't give it a 10 rating, what can Kixeye do to make it a better gaming experience? And I would like you guys to each come up with like an individual thing. So like somebody says something, don't repeat it. Just something that you personally feel that it would be a better gaming experience if Kixeye did this in the event or didn't do this in the event. It would be a solid 10. So let's go in the same order. So Hawkeye,
I think if they offered the right tech when you beat a base, I mean that would be a plus. You know, instead of I don't know how much tech I have for these.
So what would be the right tech? What kind of tech are you looking for?
Stuff that we're currently using. You know, I mean, I have so much tech for chaplains. It's like, I think I'm at max for the tech for the chaplains. But stuff that we're currently using for like the bishop and the envoy, something like that. You know, that'd be ideal. You know, the sentinels.
So basically, you ditch the Gen 1 tech and put Gen 2 and 3 in there?
Yeah.
All right, that's a valid point. I was looking for the right word.
Most of the stuff that I said in the thing about having, prizes and stuff is one of the things I would say. But I think that there should be, it's kind of hard to give out prizes to cover all levels of players.
Yep.
It would probably be a lot for them to customize that so that you would get things that individually you would need. That probably might be a little too much work for Kickside to do, but that would be the ultimate goal. I'd like to see it reward you with things that, you know, each person or player needs instead of just always everybody getting the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's people that get through there and they finish all 12 waves. You know, there's an accomplishment there, but it might be a lot easier for the higher levels to do. Obviously, the lower levels can't finish it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can, they should get a pretty decent reward for it. I don't know, things like that. I think it should the rewards should be more balanced individually somehow.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
Oh no, you used the B word again.
Balance.
Balance.
Yeah. All right. So, City, same question to you, good sir.
Um,
How could Kickside make this event more a better gaming experience for you? To where you could make
an 8's not a bad number. If I give this event a 10, that means it was flawless. I think it's a
That's what I'm
lot
saying. Is there
further
anything
away
Kickside
from flawless.
Is there anything Kickside could have done or did that you didn't like, or
It's a lot of it's not in their control because they're still under Flash Player. A lot of the coding, it's the DCs, as we just see with you trying to put. And I was watching the Lancer in your base. You got a DC by putting one Lancer in your base. You know, to give it a 10, it means it has to be flawless. Unless the game is absolutely 100% flawless, I can't give it a 10. I just can't. An 8, I think it's a fair number. That ain't low. That's quite high. Yeah, I think it's fair. You know, and Kicks, I know it's not perfect as well.
a little critical?
I'm not trying to give him digs. It's a good event. I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying it, but I can't give it a 10. You just can't. It has to be flawless to be able to give it a 10.
Dobbo was just asking what could they do to make it.
I don't know. Get their asses into gear and fucking take us to that new the new what do you call it?
Platform.
HM5, yeah.
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 I don't even know if that's the answer. I think that it's well balanced. I think it's well done. I think that giving prizes out for the old stuff for the new.
Oh, some of the gold techs I'm winning is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd like to see more updated prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, give the guys some decent Gen 2 and Gen 3 gold techs.
Yep.
Like back in the day when we used to play, like let's say we're playing for the Lancer. And, you know, we get prizes for the Lancer. You know, you get the tech for the Lancer. You get all the stuff for the Lancer if you're getting the new Lancer. Why would you get Chaplain tech? And if I want Chaplain tech, you know, I'll do medals or I'll do bases.
The Chaplain base was on the map for the last 3 weeks.
Right. So
how many of you hit a Chaplain base in the last 3 weeks?
That was
hold on, you got overflowed by him. So,
but that's the purpose of those bases. To get that tech.
They had Chaplain bases out?
Yes, it was all for the last 3 weeks. Exactly my point, Dobber. Don't give us a tech we're just not using.
So I remember there was a time when we would win a unit.
I want to give us. Can I interrupt you quickly, Dobbs? Just give a shout out to Nutcracker. Good guy.
Oh.
Scott as well. They're on the side chat.
Oh, hey, well, what's up? Finish at 6 hours.
For some reason, my fucking YouTube ain't playing.
I remember probably about 4 years ago when we had the Vanquishers, you could win like tech for them in the store. So the Vanquisher was like the thing, and then you win stuff for it in the store. Or not win it, but you could like purchase it. So you could purchase the elite version right in the store, and then you could purchase the like, you know, a tech or something that went on it in the store as well. Like this, when the Suicide Fairies came out, I think you could purchase their stuff like right in the store. So it'd be kind of cool if we could have that.
Yeah, my problem is there's a tech for the last unit we got. What was it called? The Sentry.
Yeah.
To get 1 toon's worth of tech for that unit, we had to grind that Shadow Ops ridiculous amount of times. If they just chucked that tech into this event, I think it would have helped a lot of people. It would have probably made people play the event a lot more as well.
Absolutely. That's
just to grind out that tech.
You know, that's the updated stuff I'm talking about. That, you know, the stuff that we've had last event and this event, not just, you know, you can't just go and put out all this old stuff. If people want the old stuff, we already have bases out for that stuff.
Yeah.
People don't want to win that in the event. They want to win the stuff that you need now.
Yeah. I forget what they're fucking called. The Sentries, sorry. Sentries is one of them where it's 30 units per platoon. Ridiculous amount of tech needed to have just one toon with all the same tech on, or as best you can, you know. They should have thrown it into this event without a doubt. Even the escort tech, I believe that might have been a good idea to throw a bit of that in there. You know, maybe not the gold tech, but
well, at least the places for that. They should have just the new stuff should be in the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not old stuff.
They're not giving us much to buy in the event. We're having to grind, and I guess it's their way of doing it, I suppose. Sorry for interrupting, Ambo.
No, you're good. You're a player. You're a valued player in the community, and so therefore your opinion matters.
It's just strange that they wouldn't want us to grind out this event. If they want to earn a lot of money, give us a lot of stuff to get. If we've got a lot of stuff to get, I'm not saying give us too much stuff, but some of the old, even if they could put some of the old unique units, you know, get some parts for the guys, you know, double it up or give them one and a half times as many, because these are old uniques. Don't be stingy with them.
They were selling the Omega Herald for like 99 coins.
Yeah, but some people, what you've got to understand is some people ain't willing to buy into the game. You've got to coax them into buying, pay into play.
Obviously, but I was saying like how it's the value of it monetarily has went down. They were selling it for 198 before to put it up to 40, and that's if you had an already elite.
Mm-hmm.
And now they just basically said, "Hey, put your Herald to 40." I seen a guy, I think he had an elite like 26, and then he put it to 40 for like 99 coins. I'm like, man, that's
right. Exactly. Well, why can't they put that in the event? Like, let's say you can go up one level if you cash in like 250,000 points or something. You know, have that as an option.
Maybe a little bit more, but I think that it'll have to be a bigger grind to give a player a level on a unit like that. But yeah, I agree with you. Why not do it? Get people to play the event more, want to play the event more, you know, knowing that they're going to be able to get their parts for Omegas, some of the older Omegas. I'm not saying that like the last 3 new ones, but some of the older ones. I know it's the Romero Omega we get in this event, so we can get the Elite and the normal, can't we, in the gear stock store?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
I believe so. I can't see them because I've got them already, but...
So there's a suggestion out on YouTube that they would like tokens in the base. I guess like
you do get tokens, don't you, from
like various. We have a whole plethora of tokens in the gear store though. Like if you needed those, but those are kind of outdated and maybe newer.
Be more specific on which tokens.
Yeah, maybe like last month's tokens this month for it at a discount or something like that.
Well, I think every event, all the tokens should be available to buy, period. You know, it just have a higher price the newer they are, and then just fade the price down like everything else in the prizes as time goes on, so that everything is always available to win or grind or to do it. I think people would spend more time in the event doing it, knowing that, hey, I need that coin, that token, I have to, you know, get this many thousand to do it, you know. I think everything should be in that prize thing, every event, regardless.
I believe so. No, even some of the old, you know, the Jericho should never have been removed. In my opinion, it's not as useful as it used to be, but it's still a handy little unit to have.
Just that rapid fire tech on them.
Well, if Kicks I don't want to give that out again, don't give that out. But make sure you put the HH2, the gold tech. There, what was it called? I think it was HH2.
Targeting.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it not to be in there.
So there's somebody out on YouTube. So we got a
Nutcracker's just won £7.50 on the Lotto. Well done.
Hey, can you help me? After the show's done, can you help me pick the winning Lotto numbers, please? We'll split the thing 25, 75. You get the 75, I get the 25. What do you say, buddy? We got a request for a few bases if you guys are interested.
Which ones?
We got the 10, 11, 12, and then the 30. I'm trying to find a 30 right now because I want to do that with less
30.
I like the bigger units, but the 10, 11, and 12 are after the restart, I believe.
I could do it 12 if needed.
30 is the 5.
I will take repair time on it though.
Yeah, I'm looking for the 5, like the main target 5. If anybody's in this sector that I'm in and sees one,
Yeah, I'm looking.
can you be so kind as to post it up?
I already finished that one.
I'm literally seeing like every base but the one I need.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Anyone out on YouTube, if you know what the 5 looks like on the map, can you like post it up so this way?
It's a snow base.
Snow. Oh, okay. Wow! Literally, as you said that, 3 of them popped up.
Yep, there it is.
Popped up. I got them.
It. You got it?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 of them right here.
Let's see what we have. Oh yeah.
You got
But
it?
this base, yeah. This base, my first time through, I had to. I found out the hard way that the rocket silos in the back have Achilles GS in them.
Mm-hmm.
Because my Ramiro, I sent him over to kill something over there, and they just kind of wailed on him for a little bit. So I found out the hard way. But that's good news for you guys, because now you guys don't have to find out the hard way. Because I'm already there. Or you guys already know. Matt, question. What's your platoon size space? Like, how much space can you fit in a platoon? Because I don't want to do 3,000 if you don't have 3,000. Because I want to kind of try to do it with, like, stuff that...
Good idea.
And Doma, just do with the technical op.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Technicals with Cerberus. I should be able to get most of it with some air.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got to see what his platoon size is, so this way I can kind of think it out. And can one of you guys go to a 5 if you're near one, just to kind of screen share it while I'm pondering and waiting?
Yeah, I can. I was just there.
Yeah, I can do a 5 if you present me real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me turn the high graphics off so you can actually see what I'm doing.
Look at all those things on.
I'm gonna use micro-healed Cerberus and some big crap. Yeah.
He's got 3,000 space, so that's good. Cool. So I'm gonna use technicals. I just need to see what it looks like.
Plow this one just like normal or?
This is not the base I was expecting. Okay.
This one off the 30.
Yeah, just
my apologies. Can you zoom out?
How I did is I took an escort, killed the 2 hunters.
Yeah, I can definitely do this just with Cerberus and technicals.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not the base that I got my Ramiro's hit with the Achilles GS. So if you don't mind using missiles, you can missile that back hunter and then siege it if you have an Omega Siege. But I'm going to show you a different way.
There's 2 hunters.
You gonna present yourself, or I'll do it, or?
I mean, you can show it with that tune, and then I'll show it with the lesser.
Yeah, I'll do it on the lazy way then. Yeah.
Well, the lazy way is to just throw 64 bullseyes, 27 Mavs, and 36 PKs in there, but, you know.
That might do it. Just might.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason it's might is because you have a time limit on the base. I don't know that you'd be able to get all the Mavs out.
The way I did is I took an escort and killed the 2 hunters, and then I just ran Herald in there.
What was I gonna? Oh, yeah, I gotta put fire tech.
Come on, Ramiro, shoot something.
Talk about bowling.
And so he's using the He's using the technical op, so that's why he's got technicals in there. If you guys are counting his tune space.
Yeah.
Yeah, use that whenever you can. That's the only thing I could suggest for the low levels.
Can I ask where Anton Airlines is?
He's fine.
Maybe he's sleeping.
He's got some first class people going.
Moving.
So you have to go in through the first time and taking a kind of a beating on some of these bases. And now we got it down. You can go through with minimal.
Yeah, it's like with basically plowing, but this tune is overkill.
Or acceptable damage, let's say.
See, there we go. That's the keyword, is acceptable damage, a fun gaming experience.
Why is my drone on here? Look, this drone is like lonely up here.
He's drunk.
Yeesh.
Hey, you know what they say? You turn up fashionably late to a party, so you know that's what he's doing.
Now you can show your way.
All right, so Matt, I assume you have technicals and Cerberus. You said yes to the Cerberus. So can someone check YouTube, make sure he's got technicals? Yeah. Why is this not closing? Go away. Present. Click on me, and we're gonna go.
Nothing in the chat about technicals, but
all right. Just make sure they can see my screen too. I did it properly, but hopefully it works. Level 5. So this is the main target 5. Everyone?
yeah, it's showing.
Hey, Nutcracker, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's actually about to be 5 o'clock in about 9 minutes for me, so it'll be beer. Or actually, hang on. Let me see. 13 minutes, it'll be 5 o'clock. So, you know, it's beer o'clock right now in the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, because it's the next time zone over is the Atlantic Ocean. So, yeah, go fly the Atlantic Ocean, then it'll be 5 o'clock, and then you can consume your adult beverage. Oh yeah, so let me show my tune. I've got Arctic tires for immunity to cryo and increased movement speed. It's not necessary. Streamline plating, additional damage taken by 25% while moving. Also not necessary. Toxic weapons handling applies corrosion status for 15 seconds, which does additional damage to buildings. That's optional. It kind of helps, but if you don't have the if you don't have the toxic weapons, which is a gold tech, that's fine. But the important thing is equip the flamethrower turret and sets unit targeting to ground targets only. And I do that because left-hand defenders, this really smokes them. So the ones with the crown looking thing, flame, whatever you want to call it, footprint, seashell, those are all the fire ones. And then this one is the same exact tech. Maybe not. Okay, so I forgot to switch the middle tech, but whatever. But this one has no gun. You know, I didn't put the flamethrower and I didn't put the rocket. And basically, I only did that because we have floaters. Otherwise, I'd use all fire. And hopefully, I can do this with one Cerberus drone. Well, one Cerberus. Cerberus is level 20, but if you've got level 10 or less, level 10 being where you can get.
No, but even a level 1 Cerberus does the job. It's the drones you need.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. If you got less than level 10 where you don't have 4 drones, then you can use 2 Cerberus and less of the machine gun technicals. And so step 1 is make sure Ruby is off.
Always.
Thinking about key binding these. So a moment, please. So basically what I did was I clicked this and I hold shift and then I press 1 on my keyboard. And then I push shift, highlight these, push shift, and then click 2. So now all I got to do right now, I'm just clicking the numbers 1 and 2 on my keyboard. I'm not clicking on my mouse, and you can see it's highlighting the different squads. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring the Cerberus up just to the point where the bunker fires at him. And then we're going to take it out with these guys. Pretty simple. I don't know if something's spawning these little fairy dudes or dudettes, I think, because I think it's a female voice on the fairies, but yeah, okay, that seems to be it.
It's a
So you
bit
just
rough.
target
That's
that.
a bit rough of Kickstarter to call him an escort if it's a female voice. If you get my meaning.
No, we don't get it.
How you doing?
Well, an escort in the UK is what would you call it? A prostitute.
Thanks,
but
Shady,
it-
for clarifying. Yeah.
Hey, there's male prostitutes, man. It's 2019. You can't be gender
Oh yeah.
gender discriminatory and all
They're
that.
called gigolos.
Yeah. How you know?
I get one each week. I found out it's queer last month. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
So you might actually be better with the technicals to put the other gold tech, which is like bunker busters. So basically, the last stand defenders won't spawn.
Just use the technical opdoba.
I mean, I could, but I want to show like without using metals.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to move these guys over a little bit more. I didn't realize that the bunkers wouldn't do this much damage to them, so I don't think that the higher the level of your drones, the higher damage it can withstand, but you know,
You want to get that big tank that's shooting them though.
I do see him.
What are they called? I forget what they're called.
He's a
Hermits.
hermit. So I'm told that technicals destroy the hermit, so we shall see.
Fire technical smokes him. Yeah.
All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull back. Of course, we're gonna respawn some of these drones, because ideally I'd like to have 4. And see while they're targeting. I don't know where he's going. Hey, don't go anywhere. Okay. So as you see, this bunker's not firing. So I'm going to move him over a little bit more. So this way, that other bunker can fire. And really, if you want to, you can just end attack after each bunker's popped. But it's just one SF guy, so you really don't have to worry about it too much. It's just patience, and I think I can get them good. So now we have a turret that only hits ground. Yeah. So what shall I use? Air.
Yeah, or the technical op, because the railgun ignores them.
So
the man might be watching.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
We have a turret that doesn't shoot.
Just use it.
Oops. All right.
No,
so apparently
I
know
the answer. Doba. Use a missile.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was on a show and I explained how many missiles that one could potentially use, and Storm Chaser was just like, "That's a lot of missiles."
Or a whole platoon of detonators will do the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, boom.
Or bring out air. So now look, I've got a turret that only shoots air. Whatever shall I use? I know, ground.
Yay.
This is War Commander, a strategy game. You find out what the turret hits and exploit the weakness of it. So the hunter doesn't hit ground.
Lagging like hell.
Don't say that.
Don't say the exploit word.
Yes.
Take advantage of, benefit from.
There you go.
I guess I did choose a bad choice of words, but yeah, we're not exploiting any I mean, if you look at the War Commander, like how to play War Commander, and at the top of the game, I think it does actually say use air and ground, and the old CM Swag, I believe his name was. I think he even has a video of how to take a giant depot or something like that, and he goes over that hey, I'm going to use this because it can't hit. Wow, that's a Pandora. I haven't seen one of them in a while. And obviously, the win condition of this base is to kill the buildings, but I'm just killing these guys just to get them out of the way. Now, this is where your technicals are. You should have the building stopper on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go re-equip these, because basically what the bunker buster does, the building stopper, whatever you want to call it, is that stops stuff coming out from them CCs.
Yeah, this is good info here. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my base with a tune. I could bookmark it as well. If you're in an enemy sector, if you're in a sector where you're not the locals are kind of hostile, you want to surround this base with your tunes. Preferably something stealth like detonators so you can defend it.
Spartans, yeah.
So, and I mean, I'm sure many of you guys are aware that my way is not the quickest way, but gets the job done with an acceptable, fun gaming experience.
Yeah.
What is it?
Balance.
FYI, I'm going to come clean. This is my first time actually doing it like this, but I'm able to usually look at bases and see what I could use.
Yeah,
So
you're
here
pro.
it is. Plus 20% damage to buildings, and buildings will not spawn less than defenders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on all the ones that have the machine gun. So we're going to, not that one. So this way I can differentiate which ones have the building. Because I want to keep there's a method to my madness even in that. I want to keep the flame ones that kill the hermit. I want to keep them doing toxic, the corrosion, because actually now that I think about it, I don't think the hermit can get corroded. But I got more doing corrosion than buildings, so anything that can get corroded, I got more shooting corrosion at it. Also, War Commander politics. Don't put your team right next to this guy, because this guy, like, if you have an enemy, or not an enemy, but just a guy, a lot of people cry when you attack a base that's right next to their tomb. So just to avoid War Commander politics, come at the top, so this way they know that now if they attack me, they're the aggressor, not me. And then you can bubble them all you like at that point. Just some War Commander politics for y'all out there.
Thank you.
how to avoid the politics babies. So, so now I got all my technicals clumped together, but I just want the ones with the skulls, because the skull ones have the building. So you double click them, click here once, and then you can drag just the ones that I want. And there's nothing that's coming at me, so I'm going to kill this building. And notice nothing spawned. Now I'm going to purposely not use the bunker or the building ones to show you what happens if you don't. If you don't use the those things. So we're going to go over here and kill this one. Why did I exit full screen? I don't know. And I'm going to quickly end attack because see those little crickets? The crickets spawn and they hurt. They hurt technicals. So.
Oh yeah.
If you have a Cerberus in there near the technicals, you're fine, because those things love the Cerberus drones. But it's easier just to put the bunker buster on them and then just be done with it. See, how I attack this base is how I used to do PvP before they made it to where your bases start micro healing. So I can't do this anymore. Because this, like, people would see an attack log on me, and I'd have 10, 15 attacks on their base, but they'd get the flat, and I'd lose like nothing. But now you can't do that anymore because of the what you call it, like basis micro heal. So now, as you are aware, your units get a 20% range boost against air. So I'll be able to outrange these turrets. And now I'm going to hit this guy right there. I don't think I can hit him without getting targeted. So again, both of these turrets are ground. So I'm going to use air against them. And I'm going to come over here because I believe this base is symmetrical. Yes, it is. Right, so this turret's on the ground. I think I can outrange... Yeah, I probably should have ran away from him, but yeah. I think I can outrange this machine gun. I cannot. Nope. Alright, so don't do that. I mean, whatever. It's not like it does any damage anyways. You should be able to outrange the avalanche. You can get this flak. Get this. Now, Kickside provides me a free escort. So I'm going to make sure those are good. Awesome. What I'm going to do with this escort is I'm going to actually try to take over that stuff. Alright, so he was hitting that hunter, but I want to hit this guy. This way I don't have to use my own air. There we go. Actually, I could probably use the escort to clean the rest of this out. Hit the railgun.
You just don't hit the CCs.
Yeah, someone on YouTube said he can't use the Lancer for defense or attack in DCs.
I'll be honest with you, I've not even tried to put it in my base yet.
I did, I DC it also. So.
So
And now everything aggressive has been taken out of this base, and now you can use whatever air your heart desires.
You might want to retreat your technicals.
Nah.
I'm just going to put them off to the side.
Where you got units running after them?
Yeah, I see them. I seen that little tank.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm watching on YouTube. There's a delay on that, of course.
Noob.
He burns him.
So now, you can use any air that you like, and it'll be good. Now, you want to kill these air factories if you're giving this base away. What I like to do is I like to make a base. When I give it to somebody, I want to make it so that there's no possible way they could lose a single unit in the base. And so what that entails is killing these CCs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would normally kill these tanks and whatnot, but I'm going to give this away, and I'm going to say bring air. And then they can do this base.
With their head off.
Yeah. So there you go. That's a good way to do that particular base with acceptable damage. Now I'm going to take this platoon back. So the escort, I didn't even deploy that one. That was just a blocker tune. But we've got acceptable damage on all that.
Ooh, that's good. Nice.
So now I'm going to talk to the locals and see if anybody needs a free base. All right, take 2. So we're going to see if anybody needs any free base.
What base are you doing?
I put fee.
30.
I did the 30 because there was somebody out on YouTube that wanted to. I said it was giving them trouble, so I was doing it with, just
that was good
stuff. So I did it with technicals and servers.
Nice.
Sorry, I ran to the bathroom, so I didn't see you.
Okay, so let's see what the damage is. We've got 1 minute 34 seconds. So that's pretty acceptable.
Hey Doba, someone needs a 12. Go clear him.
Yeah, I'm ready to do a 12, but I'm not in the same sector.
All right, so let's see what we got here.
What's a 12?
That's the
last normal mission.
Yeah, we had a request for 10, 11, and a 12.
Yeah, I'm at a 12 now.
Let me check one out. Give me a second.
It's the cave base, last base.
Oh, with the escort, yeah, you showed it.
Free.
My escorts are repairing, so yeah.
I
killed him.
All right, so for the 12, I use I use 2 escorts and an Omega Juggernaut with Darkstorm and a Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I like to do bases with like normal things, but I feel that if you've made it past the restart token, anything else past the restart token is just gravy. So, after the restart token, I would expect the minimum. It's easier with a minimum unit selection, I guess. Like, you should have at least these types of units if you want to make it go smoothly without taking like an hour on the base type deal. Because you could probably do 12 with Vindicators and Sunder, but actually that's not a bad idea. Let me see if I can do that with Vindicators and Sunder.
Whee.
And a Darkstorm. Let's see. See, Nutcracker, I'd love to use the double agent, but I have the luck of a walrus, in that I have no luck. I could hit those bases hit the 30s and 35s forever, and I'd never see a double agent. I have one anti-personal.
How do you know how lucky a walrus is?
Huh?
How do you know how lucky a walrus is?
Because he is one.
Good question. So when I was in 12th grade, I went down to the beach to play poker with a walrus. All right. This walrus took all my money, so the walruses are pretty lucky. Or no, I'm sorry, I took all the walrus's money, so he actually wasn't very lucky. He just kept going arr, arr, arr. So I didn't know if he wanted to like play or pass or check or anything like that. So I just took him for all his money. So they're not very lucky.
Yeah.
I told you I'm the king bullcrapper, man. I got a story for everything.
Yeah, see what that is.
All right, so we got Vindicators. So my Vindicators are max. They have the range tech on them plus the diamond tech.
Ooh.
And now I'm looking for my Roland, which I believe is at the top.
Whee.
If you guys on YouTube see my Roland before I do, just there he is. Yep, that's Sunder. I always get Sunder and Roland. I need Sunder, yes. Why am I saying Roland? Come on. This thing's too sensitive. This scrolly thing. Okay, so let's see what we got. My chat just disconnected over there on the right. Bummer. So you guys see a 12-hour repair. That's what happens when you kind of bulldoze the main track, like I did earlier today.
Yeah, coin it. I coin mine.
You wanna be a little bit more finesse with the bases?
Nah.
Than I was. I was just kind of bulldozing them, just to kind of see if it was possible, and yeah, it is possible.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
let's try to replicate a nice crash on the defense 4 here.
So I have range tech on all of these. I'm just verifying that. I've got range tech, reduced sustained damage, and increased reload speed, which actually I'm going to change that reload speed for the double shot because we've got hermits that are going to be spawning, and I want them to do a lot of damage to the hermits. If you have an Omega Jug, this base is so much more of a fun gaming experience, but I'm going to try and do it with just Vindicators. So I'm going to put the double shot, burst shot. What is it? Burst Mag is the official name. Oh, wait, oops. Oh, no. There we go. Too many tabs at the bottom. So now we have the platoon set up. Let's go marching. So what does a 12 look like on the map as far as the unit?
It's a cave
Cave base.
It looks like the 75. Looks like the 75s.
There he is.
Yeah.
So am I showing up full screen on YouTube?
Yep. No. Oh, yeah.
Like, is the panel showing at the bottom?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's on it. Okay. Master Loot seems to help give them... Yeah, I always run Master Loot because I don't want to level up with all the resources that I'm pulling.
Yeah.
Actually, thank you for reminding me. I need to activate my Master Loot because apparently it ran out.
And you haven't got one.
I'm going to fire my Google
Put that
Assistant.
drop on that you've got, the one with the free, it looks like 3 shells.
I'm going to fire my Google Assistant because she was supposed to tell me that I was out of Master Loot. Okay, Google, you're fired. Hang on. Okay, Google, you're fired.
Not working.
No.
Oh, hang on.
Fire hot.
There we go. Okay. Okay, Google, you're fired. And you didn't know.
Looks like I'll have to update my resume with my new skills. I'm
Yay.
translating what babies are saying if you'd ever like to know.
What the heck? That's so random. The first time she said fire hot, and it was like a crackly sound, so that's what I was expecting the second time. Yeah, she's fired. What am I looking for? Master Loot. There we go. I wish I could buy, hey, Storm Chaser, if you're listening, can you update these so I can just, like, click a number so I can buy a bunch of these at once? Just like the other stuff in here? That would be really awesome. Alright, so basically what the Master Loot does for those playing at home, it increases loot, resin, resources, metal, and oil by 1,000%.
And it's
You still need to put it on though.
Yes, so you're going to activate it, and then we're going to do this to extend it to 2 days. And so basically 10% for those who are not good at math, basically take it and multiply it by 10. Take the resource amount you would normally get and multiply it by 10. That's how much you get from PvE bases. So
Not
like
10%,
this.
10 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you
I
said
forgot
10%. 10
I forgot
times,
to
dollar.
use-
Nipple dick.
So I have some escorts. What do I have? I got dumbfire on them. I've got reduced damage taken from all, and I've got directional plating, which is reduced damage from ground. I think it's like 10% or something on from ground, 15, 20. I'm sure somebody out on YouTube will correct me on that. But I have done this with unteched escorts. So. And if yours are less than level 20, you can just use more, but you shouldn't need too many because escorts are pretty powerful. So, step 1 is to identify your enemy. My enemy is these 4 rocket silos. Although, actually, now that I'm not using the Juggernaut, it might not be necessary. So, if you are using the Juggernaut, kill those 4 with escorts. Yeah. Right. So, I'm going to change my plan. I'm going to hit this Overwatch because this is going to hurt my my Vindicators. I'm going to kill this because that's going to hurt my Vindicators. I'm going to kill that.
Yeah.
That.
And you want to see a main track 10? Or they already got on it?
So you have to adjust your attack to what units you're using. Normally I would take out the rocket silos because they hurt my Juggernaut the most. So some of these have a what do you call it on them?
Yeah, you might want to kill off the silos there as well.
Just my Darkstorm is unique. I don't plan on bringing him in to the into the fight this close. Oh, look, I got robbed.
Oh.
All right, so just to keep repairs down, I'm going to use this one that's already banged up a little bit.
Hey, doe maar. After the base, can I show the pen?
Oh, no, don't
See
worry.
this one down here, it's got a Bastion on it. Oh, all right, so we'll need 3 of these then. Okay, that's fine. But basically, I'm just getting rid of all the things that are going to hit my Vindicators. Come on. Why is he not killing this thing? There we go. A little bit.
Sandstone, I believe Dobber has roller skated in the Buffalo ring. Buffalo herd, sorry.
Wait, what happened? Have I ever roller skated in a buffalo herd?
I believe you have. I remember you telling me.
There's a song about a roller skater, and I would play it, but I don't want to get this thing flagged. But yeah, like I am a mean roller skater. I'm only up on my feet about 2% of my time. Only 2% of my time. So that makes me the expert roller skater because yeah, I fall down a lot.
Oh.
Why are we? Yeah. Okay, so that went not as good as I wanted to start. Okay, so I didn't expect them to shoot me on sight, like as soon as I landed. We take advantage of this Darkstorm aura because it covers the bunkers. So we're gonna stop it like right there. Hey, stop. Yeah. I want it to cover the bunker, but not get hit by the rocket. So that thing. And you keep the Cerberus at the back because of the spawning units. And so we're gonna take 1 shot on this bunker. I think we should be fine. We're gonna pull away because that thing's shocking us, or scrambling us. And I'm not sure why that tank is heading to my Darkstorm, but whatever. I didn't know he was aggro. So now I'm going to use my... You don't want to use the Cerberus around this guy because he's got a viral on him.
Anyway, I'm up next. I'm going to show you how to fuck this base up.
No, I want to show a 10. Goddamn.
No. We're doing another 12 afterwards. I've been sitting here patiently.
You gotta, y'all gotta play rock, paper, scissors.
I'll just do the 10 and just go do another round.
No. You've got time. You've got time.
I crashed. Yeah, I crashed. Oh.
Dobby, you're getting home, bro.
Yeah. That thing is not dying. There we go.
It looks like you're lagging out.
What's actually doing damage to me? Because nothing was hitting me. I don't know what was hitting me. That's weird.
Yeah, I think City can do the base bit better.
There we go. I gotta keep this Cerberus with my stuff because apparently it doesn't work anymore where you can just keep it and they just blindly follow. Alright. Basically just keep this going, like just move this Dark Storm, cover a bunker, take out the bunker, move it up. I need to keybind these Vindicators because I would normally put my Cerberus drones in the front, but yeah, we got a viral there, so we don't want to die to that. There we go. Well, hopefully I can just avoid that. There we go. All right, now we got commandos over here that are cool. Somebody powered on a Mac.
Sorry.
Macintosh. Oh. I see. And actually, if you have Lancers, you can do this a little bit better because you can get more range on a Lancer. Let me just move the Darkstorm up a little bit to cover those little dudes. Of course, you want to keep them outside of the Achilles GS range. Now I'm going to spread these out a little bit. So this way the one's going to get shot and the other one's not. There you go. That's what I wanted. I'm going to end.
Ooh, you're going to get hit by that.
What did I get? Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
I'm watching on YouTube again.
Yeah, I plan to get hit by the Tesla, but I purposely put one in the front so this way I wouldn't this way I could get the rocket silo out, which is really what I wanted because the Tesla doesn't do too much damage.
Let me reload the game. I'll show you.
Now I'm gonna take this. This is my third Cerberus that I used before. I'm gonna attempt to take out this railgun. I think I should be able to.
It looks like you're getting a lot of damage off them.
There we go. That's good. Off of what?
Off of your lag.
Yeah, I don't know what's.
What faction did you go with?
Something over here was killing my Vindicators. I don't know what.
Hey Siri, are you Corpus during the event or?
Of course I am. I'll put the hint out to everyone.
I'm still survivor, but I can also do this base like the escort with like 3 or 4.
I was going to use my escorts to kill that, but maybe I can sneak by and kill this spawner instead.
As Corpus, you can do with 2.
All right, well, your building's got to go then, buddy. See ya. I'm going to get they didn't make this base symmetricals. That's cool. So I'm going to show you why you don't want to kill these CCs. We got those little cricket dudes coming out, so.
Retreat. Yeah. And that is pretty much what you should do if you haven't got a double agent or the what's it tech on anything, zombie tech, or even there's a double agent. There's 3 ops. Sorry, double agent. I wouldn't use the other one. What's the other one with the 3 bullets in it?
Operative.
Yeah, I would save them for PvP. Double agent, operative. No, not operative. The other one.
Anti-personnel. Yeah.
Anti-personnel. Save them for PvP, guys.
I'm tired. Sorry.
No, a lot of people don't want people to know about them, but fuck it. What's the point of doing a show if we ain't gonna fucking give them ideas?
Exactly.
Yeah. First, use on a zombie fire unit.
If you're in PvP, the anti-personnel shells, once you hit something with hit a bunker, nothing comes out.
And also a little tip: if you use your Nova, it pops the same status effect.
Yep, exactly. So that's a good free tip for everyone
If you
out
got
there.
a Nova, just bring it in and kill the CC with that.
So now they can't say in the community that you didn't hear any tips and tricks from War Commander Unshackled. Alright, so now I'm just killing these little hermits, so this way we can progress. Now if I had a Juggernaut, I would land a shot right where my mouse is. I would kill that, but my Vindicator can do that as well, apparently. So now I have a Commandos there, but I'm going to move this Darkstorm up because they have 550 range and I have 575, and Kixeye lately has been introducing units that march towards you. So in case they want to march, I can, their range is nullified now. You might do good to have a few technicals back here just to kind of help defend your Darkstorm. But, I mean, he seems to be doing all right. Hey, kill him. Thank you. Right. Okay.
I didn't know, we have a sector goal drop and the whole sector is lagging.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I'm lagging my ass off.
We got the bases
I can
right
see
now?
the lag in your video. It's
Yeah. I've even lagged here doing the base.
no, don't run it off too far.
Horrible lag.
Hey, City, you gotta watch it in the Hangouts, man. This way you're.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep an eye on the YouTube chat.
That's why I said to put it in the pop-out chat, so this way you can just pop that up, and you don't have to.
I have got no clue how to do that. You need to run that Cerberus in a bit more as well.
At the top right, you wanna
The 3 dots.
Yeah, there's 3 dots in the chat, and then you can. It'll say pop out.
Yeah.
Huh? I never knew that.
So right now I'm locking up the. I'm locking up that Tesla, so I can hit him with the Vindicator. And thank you, whoever asked for this base, because I'm actually going to do this base with Lancers, like when I do it, because I kind of like doing this. And I feel like Lancers would do a lot better job only because of the range. So
maybe a good idea, yeah.
Especially with a bunch of them. Right. So I want that Achilles GS gone, and it didn't work. So we're gonna pull back because I seen that Hermit, and it helps to know what the units look like because I saw the barrel of the Hermit, so immediately I knew to turn around. Just want to kill him. See how that Hellhound out there? He's shooting way outside the aura. Instead of moving the Darkstorm, you just pull him in. But he's gonna follow. And you don't want to pull him in too much because chances are, if I go way back here, he's gonna run away. So you just pull him in just enough so you can hit him. War Commander is just a big chess game. Right now, this is the pawn and this is the queen. So.
Very much.
All right, so now we have. I wish I had anti-bunker thingies.
Yeah.
Something because for this. Now this is where a Lancer would come in handy because I feel I could be wrong, but I feel like if I went from here, if I came at this angle on that wall, I could probably outrange that turret. But
they've got 700 now, haven't they?
oh, the Avalanches are 7?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. I may be wrong.
That's no bueno.
I'm just loading up the game now.
So I'm gonna take a tip from old school War Commander tactics, where they said with the machine gun, they say put a heavy tank up to draw the fire while you take it out with a ranged weapon.
You're damn right.
So I know it's gonna do a lot more damage to my Vindicators than those. So there you go. Now these guys, they hit ground, so we're gonna avoid those. Or actually, what we could do is like this, and we're gonna pray that they don't do much damage, and then we'll just do the rope-a-dope. I'm gonna try to move these in a lot closer, so this way. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Stay right there. I just seen something fire behind that CC, so I'm a little closer.
Yeah, there's a one of them.
I'm gonna come in like this.
Not marksman. They changed them.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna end attack because of the crickets. Oh, they had a tank. The hermit. Hermit was back there. Yeah, it looked like a commando.
Yeah, commando. That's it. They used to be called marksmen, not commandos.
Yep. They used to be, and now they're now they reskinned them as commandos. And I found it funny when our marksmen actually came out, our sharpshooters, and it's basically a reskinned marksman with more damage. But now this base is basically done. All the aggressive stuff is done. Just be careful with the CC. You know, take them out with technicals with the flame tech on them, and you're good to go.
Smug to one. I believe the Nova does have busted status as normal.
It does.
Yeah.
So I lost 3 escorts, and this I don't know what happened here, but if you just do a lot better like Vindicator management, you can get a lot less repairs. Like don't keep your Vindicator so close like I did, but yeah, just to give you an idea of like what to do in this base. Obviously, Jug, Darkstorm, Nova, Ramiro is going to do a lot better, or it's going to do a lot quicker. But just trying something new, and that's my first time ever doing it this way too. So it's not too shabby. All right, so we're gonna have a rock paper scissors match between the 1 and City for the next base.
Flip a coin. There's an app.
Yeah, do it, City. I'm already heralding the fuck out of it. I was making.
Oh, I was gonna do a live coin flip, like right on Google, and then.
No, let City do the 12. I'll do the 10 after City. Yeah, I'll just do it out of order.
All right. Let's see what you're doing.
But I'm thinking though, but I don't even think the audience is that bored. They want to see me do that.
All right, where are we at? City, you're up.
Yeah, good to go.
So walk and talk and explain why and whatnot.
Well, I'm gonna let me find my unit. Lockdown's locked up. So it's basically 4. I don't think I'm going to need 4, but I brought 4 with me. 4 escorts. Let me go full screen for you guys.
City needs to be screen sharing. He's not screen sharing.
It should catch up in a second. Let me know if it is.
Yeah, he's good.
Your YouTube won't not be up to scratch.
Yeah, I'm watching YouTube. He's on here.
Right. Okay.
I have to refresh your thing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What happens sometimes is YouTube stops playing if you're in the Hangouts. You have to check that it's right up to date with the latest play.
Anonymous, thank you for the moment of silence for my tunes. I greatly appreciate it.
The best way to go at this base is to zoom in so you can target things that you want. But basically, you go.
I can do it.
Bust in.
What the hell was that?
I thought that was Banzai or Dark Shadows.
You just go in and just start smashing things.
So let me catch up real quick on YouTube. Name tag.
Make sure you get them.
Phalanx, and yes, you can on those CCs.
The button's not working. What's going on?
Joshua says, "Are those Cerberus drones used to draw the fire?" Yes, that's basically the sole purpose of the Cerberus for me is to draw the fire from stuff. Does the Nova have busted? Yes, it does. All right, you're up, City.
I should have been up anyway. I'm running in.
I mean, like you can talk and whatnot. I was
okay.
Just on YouTube.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, basically, I'm just three of these escorts should do this whole base easy. You've got to try to get these Teslas out pretty quick. But I just lost one. But as you can see, the bases are pretty much smashed. If you keep moving one of these, I call them marksmen, but they're not marksmen. They're called something else. I should have taken the power plants out. That would have probably made it easier on me. Oh, see, this is where you zoom in, so you can target things properly. The mouse keeps going for some reason.
Maybe there's tobacco under it, like mine.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey,
hello.
Right, I think that's 2, isn't it? I've got to take my time a little bit more. I can't leave Roy Jenkins it anymore. But if you watch, look, these marksmen, they're not called marksmen, they're called something else now.
Sharpshooters.
Sharpshooters? No, they're not called sharpshooters, are they?
Yeah.
You sure?
SS. We used to call them SS, sharpshooters. Talking about the snipers we all got in our towers?
No, SS
No,
Defense.
no.
Well, SS is Siege Squadron, Sandstorm, sharpshooters.
Is it not commandos?
Yeah, the commandos
Oh,
Okay.
seem to be taking a bit more damage than normal, but just trying to pick off the commandos. I'm going to lose this one, so I did need the 4. Normally I do it for 2.5, but I think I've let too many commandos come out.
If I do 1.5, I can just bring in a tune after that.
Can I give you a good advice in this one?
No,
I
absolutely
don't
not.
need a good advice. Just Leroy Jenkins it. I could end attack now. If I end attack, I should lose half of these.
Yeah, you will. I was gonna say, after you busted them all, you should have.
Have you what your target logger on those?
Yes. Yeah, level 20s.
You can target if you go out on your left side and start to target the tank, and just stay put. Then the tank will go into the base, and the splash damage from the rockets that the escort is firing will kill all on its way.
No, I don't know why I've lost so many. I normally only lose 1, 2.5. But now I'm just going to pick them all off, take out the anti-air. I should have zoomed in because I can't see what I'm hitting now. I think we're pretty much there. You've got to be careful of the CCs because I've got nothing. I've got no operative running at the minute. But yeah, that should be golden. And as I say, I've got Corpus level 20 escorts, Corpus faction trait. It does make a difference, massive difference.
Oh yeah, get that buff.
Yeah, that's what I could have used on mine.
I could see it before the event started that these were Corpus was going to be the key. Oh, I've left the building open. No wonder I'm getting smashed.
So what I just heard is City had some kind of secret access to see the vent bases before we all did. So
No. Just me being smart.
we have 2 people on the panel saying that they heard you say that you had secret
All
access.
right, let it go.
I've always got a secret.
He's so brutal.
But yeah, they're 30 minutes. I think they're 30 minutes repair each, are they not? One.
Keep that base there for me. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Are you in my sector? You're more than welcome to it, bro. Because I don't need it right now. I'm not up to
Yeah,
it.
City abandoned us and he just ran away.
No, I never abandoned you. I invited you to my sector.
I went there, but they kept hitting me, so I said, I'm out.
I told them to. I'm only joking. I never told them to.
I'm gonna go back there and hit them and say, City told me to.
You go back there and hit them.
Hey,
More than welcome to.
Everyone heard him live, right? Everyone in sector cities, y'all heard him, right?
I don't usually watch.
Funny.
Are there any preferred units to utilize on main target 4?
I wonder if I'm
Prop it!
All right, let's see what the 4 is while you do that base.
Well, this is a little bit. Yeah. I think someone wanted a 10 as well, didn't they? That's the tough CC, so I'm going to leave that one.
What happened to all the bases? They're not respawning.
I made it.
We've been very busy in our area. Oh, there they are. Yeah, we've been busy in our area. I'm like, I don't see any bases. That's funny.
And as Dobber did, I'm going to give this base away because I don't need it. But I lost 4. I would normally have a double agent running there, but I ain't going to run it if I don't need the base.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Josh, what tune size do you have? Like how much tune space can you hold?
I can stop screen sharing if anyone else is ready to go.
Welcome to the panel, Biggs.
Took me a while to get the computer back in order, but it's glad.
There you go.
Hello, bro.
Did you finally clear your cookies and cache, and that's why it's working?
No, I had to do a master reset instead. It wouldn't let me do the simple stuff.
It was supposed to be a yes to that question.
No, I eat the cookies, spend the cash.
Nice.
Good cookies too.
Yeah, Biggs, I had a little GIF on earlier about a guy. He had cookies and cookies, like the edibles, and then cash, like money, on a tray, and he scrapes them, and his shirt said, "Have you tried turning it on and off again?" So it was, clean your cookies and cash.
It actually went that far.
So somebody told me to clean my cookies and cash, and I sent that to them.
Nice.
Right, what's the next post they wanted?
The one, you ready for a 10?
No. I need to get thorium and missiles, and I'm doing other things.
Let me have a look at a 10. I'll go see if I can do one.
It's going to make you Dina and missile and then Herald it. That one.
Yeah, I've still got to look at it to know what I need to bring.
Right now, somebody
with the bridge in city. That one with the bridge thing.
All right, so can somebody do a 4 main target 4 with a 2600 capacity?
I've just done one.
Where's the main target for? Let me find one. With what? How many? What's the level of his units?
2600. Hey, Josh, do you have
Herald?
Well, do you have a Herald or Cerberus or Technicals? I think you could probably do it with those. Just those. I'm not sure what it looks like, but it's a 4.
If you screen share me, I'm about to kill.
I'm looking at a faction 4. There's main target 4. Let me see here. Where you at? All right. Is this the 4?
Could be.
My bar's in the way.
Cool. Now I'm loaded.
This is a 30.
A 4 can be done with pretty much anything. Anything to take them hunter turrets out, and then a Herald.
Yeah. What this one has 2 hunters in it at the bottom.
And that's where you deploy.
Like at 6 o'clock on this base and 3 o'clock on this base, I believe it had 2 hunters. And if you take those out with technicals, you can use your Herald for it if you have a Herald.
Or just put a Juggernaut in and hit the what do you call it, the air spawner. If you have a caretaker with you, you get minimum damage on it.
And if you have an Omega Siege, you can use an Omega Siege, put the Ravagers on Ruby, and you can do it that way too. Every single...
Animal, yeah, Jug Tech Op and then Herald would probably work.
Yeah, if you wanted to use the op, you can, or you could use your own if you want to save the metals. Because the hunters are pretty exposed at the corners. We didn't get the beginning of the base on YouTube, but...
Silver, can you shut your... No, Banzai, could you shut your chat down? On the game chat. Just in case someone says something that we don't want to be seen on it.
Yeah. I think we're good in this sector, but you never know.
Perfect.
There you go.
Why can't I find a main target?
So Josh, if you have a Herald, no matter what level, if you take out the hunters and all the main track bases, like Nutcracker was saying, you take out the hunters and all the bases, you can pretty much Herald them.
Again,
so you can use bullseyes if you got max bullseyes, or some of them.
Not everyone has the AA tech for his Herald, eh?
You can.
Don't need the AA tech for your Herald.
No, not
there's a photos in there.
Okay, if you just give me a minute, I can show you how I start this base.
Alright. If you don't have the AA tech, you can splash, like target something near it, and then it'll splash.
Yeah.
So Josh, there are missile bastions that you have to take care of, but a lot of those are exposed as well. You just kind of have to, like, if you have one escort, you can get pretty much all the missile bastions.
Do we have the Prophet?
Prophet.
The guy with the Prophet. Yeah, Josh, you have the Prophet?
There's a main floor.
I'm gonna show it how I open this base. It's a 4. I just need a 4.
He does not have a prophet.
It's not a profit. Okay, I can do it with the juggernaut.
Do you have Furies? Furies or Envoys? Because Envoys, you can get the Bastions in the faction track.
A little tip for if Kickside listening, we need a profit op.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, imagine 2 prophets in a base.
Mm-hmm. That would be awesome, like a profit spec op. Just for Banzai.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, it'll be his own special op.
Yeah. Call it the Banzai op, yeah.
That's what, yeah, exactly. That's what it'll be called. The Banzai with his logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Josh, the Envoys and Furies are awesome because they start off at max range, so it doesn't matter if they're level 1 or level 20. So, with those, if you're careful, you can kind of skirt around hunters and whatnot, and you can kind of dodge stuff to get to the missile bastions in the main tracks, and then you can kind of either missile the hunters or you can.
I can show you in 30 seconds how you can do open the base.
Okay.
Okay.
That's of course if you want to go for speed. If you want to save on the missiles or whatever, that's kind of what we're here to show you is how to do it without just dropping 100 missiles in a base. But yeah, I'll be honest. All fair, I do the main track with missiles and knocking out the bastion and all that. But who wants to see that? That's boring.
I did with like 98 missiles. I didn't have to use 100.
Yeah, exactly. See, you're doing better than me. I had to use 100 missiles in that base.
Am I screen sharing?
Yep, you're good.
Just try to get them in between.
Only 100 bullseyes is all per base. Get the base easy. Some you need 100. Sometimes you need 101 because that one hunter just takes 2 bullseyes. You know.
Take a shot on. I will.
Oh wow, yeah, they are really exposed. So you can run technicals right up to them.
And that 25 is the entry point on the southeast.
Yep. Yeah, one jug shot. That's it. Wow.
Nice.
And then I have to kill this one over here. I take my profit out here.
Mm-hmm.
What other hunter is there?
There's no more
hunters. There's only that Tempest there, so you can actually run your.
You're gonna get hit off that. You're not gonna get a hit off the.
But oh wait, not.
Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not.
Nah, he's too far for that rocket silo, and I don't think that has Achilles.
No, it's not the rocket silo. It's the
Spawners.
Yeah.
That tower.
But as soon as I can see that will fire that shot, I just end the attack.
Yeah. Yeah, good job, bro.
So you really wanted.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
Yeah,
because I normally just leave the Tempest in there because you don't bother my Herald too much. But
and now I can just run it in. The Tempest is gone. It's Herald free now.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a few of them. What do you call them? They've got rocket. What are called stingers in them, but they do literally no damage.
Hey Josh, if you have escorts, that can help you get to a lot of the bastions too, especially if they're upper level 5 and up. Those can get you to a lot of the bastions in the main track if you don't have like any other way to get there.
Let me give it a shot. I have an idea. There's some units that he has that I have that might work out.
Damaged. So Animal, if they have a low-level Herald, they'll probably have to maybe go 2 or 3 times in the attack if it's that low. But I think even, it's not getting damaged, and you get like an hour on the base. I think the worst base, you get 45 minutes, so it's still plenty of time. I assume it's 45 minutes based on past history, because I haven't actually checked, but maybe they increased those. It would be the Faction 12 or Faction 4, which actually I can check that right now, that I would expect to have the least amount of time. Because it's the highest base. So typically the higher the base, the less time you get for it.
And then target 8 base.
So let's see what we're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
So we have oh wow, an hour and 30 minutes on the 80 on the faction 4, so that's plenty of time.
Not bad.
So let me see what the 12 looks like. Maybe they cut it down for the 12 because normally they put 45 minutes. So shout out to Kickstarter for extending the time.
Have you been about the main 5?
I did one of those earlier, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking for one of them.
Someone's asking for the
So
8
we have-
base.
That is actually a Herald base.
Which one?
Main
The
target.
normal, they're only faction 8. Normal, just the 8 base.
I just did it.
So we have the 8, 10, and 11 that we haven't done yet that we got requested.
Oh, I just did it.
See, I'm lazy. It's no good
Yeah.
mentoring you guys. I'm just hitting them with fucking escorts all day long.
Yeah, me too.
I'm literally.
I don't want to share. If you guys got a tactic with grand units and that, you're better off.
And
standing
same as
there.
the 10 city, I try to explain. No one want to see you Dina and attack it for 20 minutes.
Hey, Seeker,
Well, it's
what's
a
your
tactic
platoon
to-
capacity?
Pardon?
I was asking Seeker and YouTube,
Oh,
what's his
sorry.
platoon capacity? Do you have Cerberus and technicals and vindicators? Same question to you, Animal. All three of those same questions. Oh, ow. Turn this game sounds off. Whoever's got them.
Not me.
This way, they don't. It doesn't come through on YouTube.
What was that?
I don't know.
Somebody's playing with their game sounds on.
I can show you how you do the 5 with the prophet.
Problem solved. My bad. Forgot.
Good. Oh, Bonsai with a fucking profit again.
Yeah, you probably did a whole base just targeting those towers, bunkers.
The bunkers.
So you got 6 target points.
Yep. Yeah, just finished 8, man. I'm gonna go on 9 now.
Someone did ask for a 9 Rambo, so if you want to hold up.
I will hold up.
Lovely, cheers, bro.
Let's see. I used Poly, Darkstorm, Romero.
You must be right on your microphone. You're coming over real strong.
We can. Well, Dobber can turn him down slightly. Yeah, he's a little bit loud, Dobbs. If you want to just slightly turn him down.
All right, Big, say something.
Something.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, that sounds,
Turn down your mic or something.
I'm got him. All right, say something else.
Something else.
Perfect.
All right, cool. How's he coming out on YouTube? Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
The prophet again.
Prophet?
Oops, I misclicked.
I think someone else is screenshotting now.
Yeah, I misclicked, so I apologize.
That's fine. It's fine. It happens.
For that main 8, that Red Locust 50, if you have a profit, it's going to be a big benefit to you towards the beginning. But if you don't, then I'd suggest a team of Darkstorm, Poly, Envoy, and if you have him on Romero. That's what got me through.
Yeah, that would work.
Hey, Biggs.
Mm-hmm.
Question, can you say welcome to War Commander Unshackled?
Welcome to War Commander Unshackled.
There you go. War Commander Unshackled Radio coming live. He's got that deep radio voice.
Oh, your units are jumping about there a bit, Bonsai.
Yeah. But they're gonna profit it anyway.
Is anybody going to do that main 8 for that request?
All you, brother.
Okay, I'll get
I'm gonna
it.
show the. I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna have whoever's doing the 9, and then you can do the 8.
I'll set the platoon up there.
So
For me. Don't cry for me.
Rambo, what are you planning on using in the 9?
Escorts and Herald.
Okay. Easy enough.
That's probably 90% of the bases.
Is 9 after the restart token?
It's just before.
Okay.
It's actually the base you need to unlock the faction 3 to get the restart.
Yeah, and the next defense level.
Okay. I just need to do the. Oh, I should have taken that 12 for myself.
Don't fuck with my profit.
I'm about to ask the sector for faction 4 because I just offered them 2 bases. So they should reciprocate with the 12 or with the faction 4. Right, please, sir, may I have some more?
Great bomb.
So the people in my sector are gonna get this, but I'm gonna be a lizard for a moment.
Oh my god.
No, don't beg. Don't do it.
I'm gonna be a lizard, but I'm gonna ask politely, please, sir.
What do you need?
You've now made him famous.
We've been dogging on him the whole night.
He never stopped.
No, he's still going.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, this particular player, we don't want to name and shame, but this particular player, they posted chords to a base. They said hi all, and then posted chords to a base.
Yeah, he demanded it.
And
I would have got in
last
it.
night they were posting in all caps, I need this base and all that. So
Yeah.
so this way we don't name and shame the player. We're calling lizard, because it's an animal and all that, slithers on the ground and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
we don't want to name and shame anybody here because that's not what we do here.
Correct.
That's not for us. So nice easy and animal name. I've been called a lizard before, so. All right, so that's that base, right, Bonsai?
Finish with the 5. Do you want to see me the 6 with the profit?
Oh, yeah.
I think Biggs is up, isn't he?
Yeah, let's do Rambo and then Biggs, because Rambo he asked about the 9 first. And then we need 10 and 11 if anybody's so desires.
There goes number 9.
And your screen sharing, so walk and talk. Share your schematic if you want, and why you have what you do.
I'm going to go with the escorts. I broke them up into different quadrants here, so I don't have to unload all of them. Just take 2 out. Take a couple more out, actually, because I just bring it up close enough to take out all these flying stuff in the air. You don't need to, but for what I'm going to do, but if you're going to bring in any ground tunes, they all just come right by and they just drop like flies.
Is it okay if I open a beer?
Yeah. Jawohl.
Hey, this is a family-friendly show.
Okay.
Yeah, drink 20 beers then.
They got the bunker.
Hey, adults, fathers, male figures are family members too, so you can consume adult beverages. Just no drinking under 21 because that's illegal in most, well, at least the United States. I can't speak for the rest of the world. I think places like Rome and, Italy and like France, the drinking age is probably like 1, but.
I think in Ireland you can drink from birth.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like Ireland, they're probably instead of feeding the baby milk, they feed him whiskey.
Correct. Nice.
And then in the what's that little tube that connects the baby that they cut at birth? That tube, whatever that tube is, that's feeding with straight whiskey to the fetus for 9 months.
Yeah, here's the mother drinking it.
Somehow
What corpus, Rambo? What faction are you?
I'm running a Sentinel. Or Survivor. I'm Survivor, but that building popped and I didn't ask for it to pop. It just must have shot at it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Puerto Rico is 19 for drinking, according to someone on YouTube.
Make sure you don't hit those buildings. But after you take out all the anti-air, then I just run my Herald in there.
You might want to end attack if you want to get rid of them.
You don't have to worry about those if he's heralding it.
I'm not worried about any of that. I'm just worried about these hunters. I got them all. Okay.
So how many escorts have you used?
Well, I normally only use one, but ended up losing 1, 2, 3, 4
Ouch.
because this building over here popped.
Okay.
Now I can end and clear everything, but I'm going to just run my Herald in because there's nothing in here that really can hurt my Herald. There might be a flak in here. Or I think there's a Tempest behind the building, but that's the only one I'm worried about.
No, I think you
So
could
if you
go
don't
for
have
it.
the anti-air tech on your Herald, what you do is take out all the stuff that you can take out, and then for the stuff that's floating, you bring in something like Furies or anything like that at this point.
Yep.
But the Railgun and the Overwatch at the back, those two you're probably not going to get with Splash from the CC or the Go-Go Bar, I don't think, unless you have the Splash Tech on them. But so like if you're in that instance, then you can do that. Also, keep in mind you don't have to kill units in this base at this point. You just have to kill the buildings. So those red buildings should be spawning Infernos, I think, when you kill them.
And
There's a lot of crickets. There's a lot of tanks. You don't have to kill any of that. You just kill the buildings.
yep, don't even bother the tanks.
Just play the objective like any. If you play Battlefield 3, PTO, play the objective. Umbilical cord. Thank you guys out on YouTube. That's what it's called.
Yeah, rumors say that Doma still has his attached.
Hey man, it's free stem cells.
Oh my god.
In case I need to, hey, we got 3D printers, right? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna take my umbilical cord that I still got attached. I'm gonna cut off part of it, and in case I need a heart or something, we're just gonna reproduce me a heart, and then boom. Easy.
Good luck with that.
See, science doesn't want to tell you this stuff, but you heard it here first. It's theoretically possible
Yeah.
because they can make. I hear they can turn stem cells into organs that are functional. So a 3D printer could speed up that process to at least form the organ, and then you would need something to pump life into that organ.
What sources did you get this from?
Huh?
What sources you got these from? This information.
Google.
Jabba's Book of Science.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I wrote it myself. It's in the Library of Congress.
Damn, and I was gonna go look it up.
Good luck. You'll be there a while.
That's why I'm driving a
Shopping cart.
sure, let's say a shopping cart. I was going to put the name of my car out there, but probably don't want to do that. So we'll say a shopping cart. Yeah, I'm driving a shopping cart because I have all the money from my books that I've been selling. But see, a shopping cart doesn't take gasoline, so it's not polluting the earth. It's not taking I get unlimited miles per gallon. It only takes food to fuel it. Well, fuel me, then I fuel. I put the manpower into it. It's about 1/4 of a horsepower, so it's not that super powerful. You're not going to get any speeding tickets in it. It's a perfect
Hey,
ride.
quarter horse?
It's a perfect ride.
Way to take one for the team.
And also, if you want to grab on the back of a pickup truck, you can go for a joyride and pray that the cart doesn't tip over and that the little wheels stay on. And if they do, it's free transportation.
Yeah, no brakes.
Well, hey, let's not worry about all the small details now. No steering wheel either, but let's not worry about that.
Wouldn't actually call that small. I call it a major.
You get to test the healing factor in your body when you get all the scrapes and bruises and all that. You get to see how well your immune system's working.
Oh, so you got the super date model then.
If you don't test your immune system every once in a while, keep the soldiers ready for battle, they're gonna start slacking off. So, just like in the real world, you got to keep your troops firing at targets and all that. And you got to keep germs coming, scrapes and all that coming in your body. To keep your immune system healthy.
Feel
Keep
that
them working.
power.
You don't want them lax and all that. That's why they put, like with the vaccines, they put weaker dead cells, germs or whatever inside of you. So this way your body knows how to fight them or something like that.
Yeah, and somehow it still gets sick getting the flu virus versus when I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't so weak.
See, I haven't gotten a flu shot in, how old am I, 29 years? And I've never caught the flu.
See?
So that shows you. That shows you something. I have no idea what Centuryman is, Nutcracker. However, what does it say that the material from the printer wouldn't interact negatively with the body? You see? Yep, that's a minor detail there, Joshua. You'd have to like sterilize it and all that, and then basically put the stem cell on there and do whatever science magic to copy it. Has anyone used new Ramiro tech? Yes, it's awesome. It does a lot of damage to stuff, and especially the crickets and the hermits and the sparrows.
Yeah, it really helps with Omega, yeah.
Normally add some of your DNA to make material to stop project. Yeah. Yeah, see, animal. That's why I heard something about you could get your umbilical cord frozen. So this way, like cryogenically frozen. So this way, if you needed any like stem cells from that, you could go back and collect it. But that's for rich people because that's probably got to cost a lot of money for storage because cryo freezers are cold. Yeah. That would take a lot of electricity or whatever to make them cold.
What the fuck are we talking about, guys?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You lost me about 20 minutes ago. I'm scratching my head thinking, what the fuck?
We're talking about a new way to make coins on War Commander, mass producing organs and then selling them on the market.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's get back to War Commander, huh?
Right.
We're talking about how to get War Commander coins.
I know AFF sell their lungs and shit for War Commander coins, but
disclaimer, selling organs is illegal, and we don't we're not serious about this. We're just making this a jest. Hey, I have to say this just in case somebody sells a heart or something and says, "Hey, Dabo Phoenix told me to."
Yeah. I lost you there, but
Nutcracker, I have not seen Star Wars. I've not seen Star Trek. I have not seen.
Big G up. Is up next. Dabo?
Yes. I got him. You're up. Can you go full screen? And yeah, there you go. And close your chat just in case anybody wants to be weird.
Next say hello.
Hit the red button.
H key.
Or that.
Now, if that person is still within reach, let's see what we can do about this 50 here, this main 8. Myself, I'm on 12, and then the faction 4, but I figured.
What are you using and whatnot?
Good point. Let's see here. So far, what I have on standby, of course, I have a team of escorts.
Hey, Doba, I was so focused listening to your story, I just did an autopilot.
Got a Dark Storm. Yeah. Ollie's in repair, but just still can be useful in a situation because of the scramble technology.
Hey, she fires. That's all that matters.
Yeah, same for Romero. I just got through doing main 11, so this is all just leftovers from me doing all that. And then in this platoon, 4 servers.
So the only big thing you have in there is Ramiro. It's cool.
And again, I treat my platoons as optional because sometimes I find myself in a situation where a shot may not go right, so I'll have to call something else over. So I've also got a bunch on standby too. Let's see if I can try to keep it as basic as possible.
So shout out to Josh. Because of our advice on Unshackled, he was able to complete the 4 with an acceptable game experience. So
cool.
Well done.
Kudos. Well done. That same Josh that you guys are talking about is actually the same person who introduced me to this game so many years ago. And he's just coming back from being on duty and being a firefighter and whatnot. So shout out to him.
Respect another shout out to you for thank you for your service, being a firefighter, being one of the public servants, service help with people. Takes some courage to do that.
Oh yeah.
Takes some courage and some that Marine intestinal fortitude.
Yeah.
That was the fancy word that the military recruiter used. To that, he said I didn't have that when I didn't sign up.
Long story short, no guts. All right, let's get to this.
What's up, Mercs and Spencer? Welcome to the Metamorphosis Massacre. We're massacring our troops, Kicks-ass troops, and we're having some fun doing it.
Darkstorm out. Polly out. Romero out. Come on, defend. Down goes the Sparrows.
Oh, you ditched your sentry? Or you still got that?
No sentry. That's just Romero, Polly, and Darkstorm. Just
Yeah, remember
three.
yesterday or the day before you were doing it with a sentry in the back?
Oh, no. That was a different base.
Thought that was this one.
Oh, have you been smoking again, brother?
Yeah, yes.
No, I thought it was this one because he was spawned right at the top right there.
You know what? You're right. It was this base. I just found a
See?
different way to do it as I went.
See, I got a good memory.
But all three of these guys on defense, because if anything else flies that way, guess what? They've got them.
Because I kept telling you to end attack because all them crickets kept aggroing at your thing.
Here they come. End attack when you see those guys coming in. Takes about 15 before they start spawning out that way. Keep that in mind on each approach until you can at least get the runways cleared.
There we go. Nutcrackers got it. The first responders for Josh, the firefighters, police, and the EMTs, the ambulance people.
They do a big job.
Bring out a couple of envoys. First of troops. This corner. In that corner. You can go away. As soon as that turns around, I want him. What the hell? Why is he not shooting?
Hit him in the butt.
I was trying to.
It was lagging. It was not in the spot that you thought it was. And it jumped. I hate that when that happens.
That is insanity, man. And there goes that timer. Here they come. That gets so annoying after a while.
Yeah.
End attack when those planes deploy.
See, I'd set a Cerberus and like Ramiro and a bunch of technicals just as like to take care of those. This way I don't have to end attack so much. But the thing is, I don't know if technicals can kill those things quick enough. But if they can, then it's something.
With the flight pattern they have, it definitely keeps the fire rating busy. And at that, they'll, even if you're inside the aura of the Darkstorm, go after either Romero or whatever is your strongest anti-air unit first. Aggro to them first. And at the beginning, there's so many runways that are out here, you hardly have any time to think about that.
Yeah, very, very true, man.
Get him, Fido.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there he goes. Tighten down.
Right, guys, I'm going to have to go, so...
Yeah, it's midnight here too.
Yeah, no, I've got a pal coming around soon. I will catch you tomorrow. Take care, all.
Take care.
See you.
Have a good show, guys.
Just take it easy.
Don't get too drunk, okay?
No. He's putting around. I'm going to go help him with something, and then I'll be home.
Drinking. Okay, have fun.
See you later, guys.
Now, should I do this with or without the profit?
Somebody's got to be the designated driver.
Yeah.
Should I do this with or without the profit? For the
So
person?
two of them,
Can I give you a good
the
advice?
two of them is going to be a Uber. Going to need an Uber ride. Can you do it without the profit, just in case somebody doesn't have it?
Okay. And watch it on Uber. I'm a driver too.
I said, I was praising him. I said, what's his city and his buddy, if they're going to go out drinking, both of them are going to need a Uber driver to be the designated driver.
Absolutely.
They're not in my block, so I can't help them.
Because, like, neither one of them would be good to drive, because driving is a no-no. So that's where Uber, Lyft, and the others come in handy.
Correct.
Like, I'm sure they make a lot of money on New Year's, driving all the drunks around. Like, New Year's, Christmas, probably even Thanksgiving, Easter.
Weekends in New Mexico.
4th of July in America, because people get drunk for that for some reason.
Hard working, football days.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl. I forgot about that.
Uh-huh. Special events. Okay, here they come again. Yep. See, Romero can handle his own with those bad boys. So if there's any fear of them, then I wouldn't worry about it if you have a Romero. Or if you have a strong enough team of maybe 6+ Seekers.
It's too much longer.
You can actually, if you just take one, what do you call them, escort, and just kill those airfield.
Okay, now that the Titans are gone, got options here up front. I want to take out those hunters, but we've got a Bastion in the middle. Let me check the tune, see if I got something fast enough other than a Romero, because he uses C4. He doesn't shoot at anything that's planted. Perhaps you, but not fast enough.
Do we have any escorts?
Yeah, I've got a few. I just don't like to sacrifice them so easily, especially when you have something that can quickly do the job without having to use them. There we go. Let's bring out the technicals. We'll bring them onto the team.
Nutcracker says it ain't all about the U.S. and the U.K. They get drunk every weekend. They don't need any excuse. Hey, Nutcracker, I was told in the UK that the bars close when you run out of money. Is this true? Yeah, a friend of mine that lives in the UK told me this. Yeah, I will commend Biggs because he's another guy that's like usually pretty technical with his attack approach. He doesn't like to sacrifice stuff unnecessarily and whatnot. So Nutcracker confirmed that the bars close when you run out of money.
Ooh, moving technicals actually work against them. Nice.
Yeah, the tanks can't hit moving targets if you're kind of far out.
You're wondering where the zombies are coming from, ladies and gentlemen? I have a zombifier on a Kyle in the middle of this platoon.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
You cheated me out of that last shot there. Come on, man. I didn't attack.
Wow, they're taking forever to kill them planes.
Yeah, and that's because in some cases, and this is something that needs to be addressed with Kickstarter, with the technicals being a move and shoot unit, the moving and shooting is not working together. You can move, but you can't shoot. And if you stop, then they'll start shooting again.
Yeah, sometimes the damage bar is like doesn't register all the way.
Mm-hmm. You see how easy that cut that hole open?
Yep. And you can just keep picking at that with your technicals.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have technicals for a small fee of, I think, 30,000 medals, you can get a technical out.
Sure can. Technical drift. And it works wonders in certain pinches.
I think it's 20.
Or is it 20? I have to check. I haven't used that thing, so. Let's see. Technical drift is 20, so I apologize.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. So Biggs, I have no idea what this is, but
Biggs, take out that Tempest.
Don't worry, I'll get back there.
Your buddy Josh says, "Hey Biggs, NXT Takeover is starting soon." I don't know what that is, but
I'll be watching that after the show. You could have saved that. It's a WWE pay-per-view. NXT is the developmental territory of their corporate. This is their big pay-per-view.
Don't they do the pay-per-views on Sunday?
Not for this one, because they're developmental. They're doing this today because of the fact that the Royal Rumble for the main roster is tomorrow. So it's a pay-per-view weekend. And they always do it the weekend that there's not a football game playing, unless it's a Pro Bowl, because today's Pro Bowl too. NFL, American football.
All right, who's doing me at 10, 11, 12?
Well, we've done 12 on the air, 10 and 11, and now we've got a request for Faction 3 as well.
I'm on 10.
So once we get done with this, I can screen share you with the 10.
You have to take out as many power plants as you can. So he wasn't even shooting at the man. Get out of here.
You need a. Do you still have a receipt for those technicals? Because you could get a refund.
Oh, don't worry. I've got over 60 million thorium. We're close to it on my base. I can always replace what needs to be. And the second platoon on standby.
Save yourself a lot of entertainment if you go down to the right there and take out those spawning units.
Good.
Those
Very
five.
much good. We're out of time here. Next pass.
Now, do you have Toxic Offender, or do you have the Bunker Buster on those?
For you know what? Let me go inside my workshop to show you how I have them configured, because it's actually a combination of both.
Just scout the platoon, and then you can check it.
Mm-hmm.
Or go in there. No, because I was just saying, if you have some that are busted, then you can hit those CCs with them.
If you have Zombifier, you can do the same, but some of them still sprout crickets though. I've noticed there were some bases I was hitting the command center.
You have to exclusively hit with the Bunker Busters. That's why when I did it, I split them apart, because if you just take a whole big pile and shoot the building, there's a chance that the last bullet will come from one that's not teched. So then they'll spawn. So you have to make sure it's just the ones that have the busted that shoot it.
Okay, the ones that shoot fire are my ground units. They're actually streamlined Arctic tires and toxic weapon cannon. So it's a napalm fire, so to speak. If they have the blue paw on them, it's just the toxic only, and it's reinforced planes, so they're anti-air toxic. And then the guys that have the swords on them that I'm using on here, because I'm not using anything that's air only, it's just Massacre training. So I've got a few that got Massacre training, but not all. But it is a good idea sometimes as well to combine your Massacre training with either fire or the anti-air missiles, so that the buildings don't spawn. Well, if it's a missile, it doesn't. You don't have to worry about it because it's in the air. So.
Are you alluding to some floating building that's going to spawn something?
Yeah,
you got secret information?
It was a misreference. That's all. Mistake. Take two. Had to rethink that one as I went. All right, getting back on this bad boy. Now, if there's anybody in the sector that needs this base, they can sure as heck send a message in chat or something and request it, and they can have it, because I'm not there yet.
About an hour, and then I could use that.
Yeah, because I still got to work on base 11 and 12.
What's that, the 55?
This is a 50.
50, yeah. It'll take me about an hour to get back up there. Once I do the 12. Or Faction 4, I mean.
Hey, stupid. You should go this way.
I should probably just knock the 4 out while you're doing that.
Crack the hole around this way and not even using it.
All right. We have
so much for that. Let's start that one.
And for those curious, Kyle boosts the movement speed of your other technicals, so.
True, but his speed stays the same. That's the only downfall. So we'll have the entire team go ahead of Kyle, but Kyle will be lagging behind.
Yep.
Guys, don't want to interrupt the fun, but I'm going to sleep.
All right.
Good night, all.
Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
See you,
Have a good night.
everyone.
Have a good show.
See you.
See you.
A song comes to mind. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, stop it.
Well, we should be wrapping up soon.
Well, geez, that's not the button I hit. Dorks.
Hit the R button. It's the win button.
I was trying to hit retreat and it showed select instead. The idea was I was going to make a pass and go in for the going for that bastion while that tank was out of the way, but that killed that idea. So I got to make another pass to do it again. At the same time, my tacticals took a beating. It's kind of hit and miss with this base. Touch and go. Hurry up. Get over there before he shows up. And go.
You can do it.
And the bastion's gone. Once you pop that bad boy, you can have fun with all kinds of missiles in here. Once you clear out all the tempests out the way. So it's a good idea to start the next side. But the only problem with the next side is those crickets in the way. So it's good to start over at this point and then bring your baton out fresh so you have a fresh 60 seconds plus.
50 Mavs, 37 bullseyes, and 28 PKs, and his base is done now that the missile bastion's down. Easy peasy. Free repair. Or acceptable, or what is it? Fun gaming experience.
Let's bring Romero back over here to do some cleanup. I hate how they made these maps for this event so big. It's like they cover the entire screen no matter what you zoom.
Yeah, it's just like massive. That's why.
Just in the way.
Like the Herald is a good unit to use in a lot of this. Like, you know, take out the hunters and then herald it. But I like to try to speed that up because in a base like this, you could spend 5 minutes just with the Herald.
Yeah.
Bombs.
As if you can stand taking that kind of damage too.
Once you get the hunters out, the tempests really don't bother you, but it's just time consuming. It's no fun. Just click, 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 click. So I always try to find like unique units or unique ways to do bases. Like I did the 12 with the Vindicators. Vindicators and what did I do it with? Vindicator, Cerberus, and a Darkstorm.
Got a few crickets in here out of that side. That's good. In fact, I think I got all those troublesome crickets out the way, except for that one in the back. This should be a lot faster now if I just bring Romero around to start shooting them. Alright. This is where it's a good idea to bring him out by himself so he can save time instead of waiting for the aura. Now that those crickets are gone, one shouldn't hurt him too much, but if it locks you out, then one can be very deadly. So I'll bring this guy over here. We'll have a little fun with these guys. That's Romero. He's a standard Romero, not elite yet. Has yet to get to that point. The technology is not on him yet, no. Just for those who may be wondering. Well, why is he not shooting? It's often found that if you bring a Romero too close to a building, if he's within range for a defense, and you're trying to put him on defend because you have incoming units, then you'll find him not shooting, and I'm thinking that it's because that he's trying to target that building instead of the units. So you have to be mindful of how close you keep that Romero. Otherwise, you might find yourself stuck in being shot down for nothing and without an answer.
Now what we should do is kill those 2 airfields, so this way you don't have any spawning air.
Exactly. Now that we've got the crickets out of the way, we can actually bring the technicals around and speed this up. Clean this all the way around.
Just leave the CCs in the middle for someone that wants it. Like, leave that whole middle because there's nothing aggressive in there.
We're done. Jeez. Here we go. Out here now. Let's go.
But yeah, at this point, you can use whatever air you want. You could use the technicals to take out those flaks and then use whatever air that you like.
Yeah, because if you notice, there's still a couple of Tempest sitting here too.
Hit that Hunter as well. I don't see that we had that still.
There goes the airfield, so now that's no longer a worry. Hunter goes out of the way. So now we don't have to worry about stopping and resetting this base anymore. Now that the airfields are cleared. You do want to be mindful of where the technicals are going, because sometimes they'll try to go aggro on you. The main thing is try to take out all the anti-air if you can, if you want to try to clean this up with a different air unit to kind of get through it.
And notice he's not using a Darkstorm, he's just using technicals at this point.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because everything is not so aggressive, and the Valkyries that are coming in, seconds to shoot down with the technical. That's why it's good to mix them up with technology that's anti-air and technology that's anti-ground, specifically. And sometimes a bit of both in between it. We'll roll around back this way. That's good and gone.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head on out too.
Yeah, right. See you, work right.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
Here. Great show.
Now with this center, if you don't want to blast everything away or risk popping those command centers, and you're brave enough to use your technicals, good dive in. Whoa, watch out.
Yep, you got more spawners.
Yeah, that's because we're on a timer a little bit longer than I was used to. Forgot those guys come out too. All right.
So just run the right side and then kill that, and then you'll be good.
Good man. Watch the fun. I won't even jump out anymore. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. These guys will take care of all that. Poly, Darkstorm, Romero. Poly will do the scrambling. If you control Poly, you can focus it onto the tank. Romero will take care of the rest.
As if the tank can shoot in that aura anyways, because he dies before he'd be able to get a shot off.
Yeah, because about 2 or 3 shots from a Darkstorm will let you take these out as well. If it's an elite like mine's. I've also got the rapid technology and almost all the technology. Once I go Omega, I'll have all the technology. The only thing I don't have here is mind treads. That's it.
I haven't done any testing on it, but I've heard that the Eastern Horde stuff are weak to fire. So in theory, the fire stuff that we had from the zombie event, the fire bullets might do better on these tanks. So, and Ramiro has fire attack. There's a bunch of units. Jug's got fire attack. So there's a bunch of units. Mega Prophet's got it. A bunch of units that have it and might be better with it. I haven't tried it. I haven't tested it, but something to think about when doing these bases for those out on YouTube. So just be careful that your stuff doesn't shoot those CCs. So Ramiro likes to go crazy.
The best way to go around that is not to click attack moves. Is to click directly in front of where you're going to go. You know, at least stand still. And as soon as he stops, you put him on defense. The rest is history. Like so. In fact, I'll walk past all this without popping them, or at least try not to. So Romero's got a white fire too.
Watch out for that Talon. He's going to destroy you.
That Talon's already gone. What I was more worried about was what was coming out of the, those guys.
The Valkyries?
Yeah, because they're drawing my fire away from where I need it.
There you go.
I can put that on pause, put you up here.
Now, basically, this base is defeated. Once you get rid of that flak. And you can air it with whatever air that you so desire.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Oh, Polly's getting a taste of her own medicine.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny that she can get this. What the? What blew the CCs up?
I did.
Oh.
The power plant.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I just seen like a big explosion. I didn't think the power plant would be that powerful. You're watching.
I was going to stick around. I wasn't worried about it. Especially if you got the end attack.
Ready to do 10.
Question on the panel. Josh out there on YouTube has Cerberus unlocked. Should he build them?
At least 4 for any event.
Okay, he's only got 1 at the moment. So should he build the one that he has?
At least 4 if you want to get a good use out of them. 3 will give you a good amount of drones if you're using them for a decoy, but they run out pretty quick when you have powerful tanks shooting at them at the same time. They're good for drawing fire of the crickets because the crickets love the drones, but 4 will guarantee that you at least have a starting point. But if you go past 4 and you have a maximum storage like I do, then it'll actually hinder how many other units you can bring in to support those the Cerberus.
Yep.
Because I could make a tune of 8 Cerberus, and you're probably not going to hit me, but then I can't fight back because the Cerberus have short range.
Right.
Obviously, a player-controlled unit will hit me, but like a Kixeye unit won't hit me if I've got 8 Cerberus with all the drones. But
let me give you an idea here. I'll pull my Cerberus out to walk through the middle here. And the target here is going to be those Talons.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you stop them dead in the center, you'll actually have them line up in a neutral. Use attack moves. They'll all come together, and it'll look like they're all as one Cerberus, but there's actually that multiple 4. If you use fire at will, your Cerberus drones will get out so far ahead of you that you can use them for decoy. As they're drawing the fire of the Talons there.
How he's got them now is how you want it if you're fighting a splash unit like that Hermit.
Exactly.
You don't want him close, you want him far away. Now,
you can even bring a secondary unit like a Draken. In this case, I'm using the Draken Hero Santiago for a longer range if you want to keep away from the main Cerberus to keep those drones and everybody in play. And while those guys are busy with those drones, take them out one by one. Like so.
And, if you have something sustain fire, like basically it's only capable of shooting 1 target, you can keep the drones a little closer if you want. But obviously the best thing is keep them as far away as possible. But like the crickets, if you're like, oh crap, and the crickets just ambush you and you're real close, and the crickets won't hit the Cerberus itself, it'll hit the drones no matter where they are. That Hermit, you want them way out there. See, so he kills a bunch of them at a time, or he hurts a bunch at a time.
See how powerful those shots are in comparison? And when they spawn, they'll spawn back here with the main body. So you always got to keep an eye on how many there are. Otherwise, you'll have problems. And it's good to use, if you're going to retreat, you can either step back or you can use attack moves and step back to pull them away. Of course, Santiago's got something to say about that.
Hey, that one shot when he moved away actually did more damage because the farther that ball farther that ball goes, the more damage it does because he's a Draken.
Yep, you understand the technology that's on my Santiago. And bam, here he goes. Pull back, reset. Down goes Razor.
There we go. Now it's ready to be given away.
Exactly.
Yeah, because everything else is gone.
Actually, no. I still got radio towers here, so I could even take that out and save them the trouble if they do want to goof up. Or
Actually, yeah.
So
make it noob proof, so this way even a noob could take it.
Exactly. And here's a way that I would do that as well. And this is for you experts out there. This is something that everybody can learn something from this based on what I'm doing here. If you have a siege squadron and you do not have Ruby activated,
yep,
you can use the siege squadron by deploying them, and all of the Ravagers will drop without shooting.
Yep. And then you control them.
You have two options here. Either you can let that siege squadron drop on its own and go into its cross pattern that it's using, or you can do what I'm going to do and get it to retreat once it drops that last one down. Wait for that button to pop up again, and when you bring it back out, it always follows the same trail directly to the command center, the main command center. So remember that if you're ever trying to clean a certain part of a base up and what direction your siege may go, watch for the deployment area and where your command center is. That'll likely be your firing line.
For all the OGs out there that ran the Condor, you could put your CC out way out in no man's land, and that'll nullify your siege, the attacking siege.
It follows the same principle.
The trade-off is, most people with the max CC, as CC gets, the CC being taken down gets you close to a 1-star, if not a 1-star. So, you gotta.
Got a minute and 40 for this here. So after you've got all the Ravagers down, if you want to get rid of something that's this heinous or this sinister, if you got enough of them, go after the command center. Drop out the crickets. Double-click every Ravager. Put them on fire at will so you can get rid of the entire squad. Done. Just like that. All right. That's pretty much right there. 50.
Gosh, you can use that one. You can make that one. And I did the 50 earlier in the show, and I did it with just one. And just let the drone go out. And
he's in our sector.
Disappears and attack.
Yes, did you want that 8?
No, I'm on 10, waiting to start 10.
Yeah, go ahead. Good, Rambo. You get,
I wanted to wait until you were done with the 8. Did you post the 8 for people?
No, it's actually still up for grabs. Viewers of the show, of course, gets first dibs.
No, we're all good. I think no one's on 8.
No one.
Hey, if you're opening a faction 4,
No, I got to do that after I do the main 12. Well, that's where I'm at now.
Hey, Rambo, can you screen share that I can present you?
Let me get my trophy later tonight, and then I'll go ahead and do my repeats.
Nah, now you are.
All right, let me go ahead and toss it out into the randos.
We're on with YouTube. Can you do the 11 after this, Rambo?
I'm going to.
Since it's in your way anyways. Because we had somebody asking how to do it without losing a ton of crap, so.
This one, pretty much, I go over here and I take these 2 hunters out and sneak around for the antenna. Of course, the crickets come at you immediately, so you gotta be quick.
And a level. That's a Forrest Gump statement if I've ever heard.
What you can do to make that thing last longer is deploy Cerberus or something and kill the crickets that spawn first.
Yeah, I could do that. But I'm gonna suicide these guys. Oh, hold on.
We need a tech for these escorts that make them suicide like the fairies.
Come on, crickets.
If they did that, it would be over. It would be so over.
I'm actually kind of glad they didn't because I would be microhealing them, and I used to microheal like 30 fairies, but I would do 6 platoons of them, and I would do them easily 10 times a day. That's like 1,800 microheals like every day. When I was doing giant thoriums, I would take so many giant thoriums with the fairies. It wasn't even funny.
Sure, I used to do that for my medals every week. We had the Hellhounds as a faction doing that.
The the fun part was waiting 10 hours for a giant thorium to bleed out. So you had to sit there. As soon as you took one, you had to be on the game. So I was taking them where I was getting 4 million per, or no, I was getting like 10, 15 million an hour with the jumbo jet.
Oh, man. Let me see if let me look at my YouTube archives and see if I have a video that I posted years ago, because I think I do, where I was using the Valkyries in that exact same way.
We used to collect them as a sector and hand them off to one person, and then that one person activated the jumbo jet, and then we would all just hit that person. So one person could have like 50 to 100 of them with jumbo jet.
Yeah.
So basically, you had to have a whole line of people waiting to hit because it was getting like 4 million every 5-10 minutes, which 4 million was the cap at the time.
True.
My, how the days have changed.
I'll have to go way back to the beginning. Let's see.
I remember when they put it to 20, I was so happy because then I could hit 5 of them and not have to worry. But then, you know, everything else went up in store cost, and so I wasn't kind of happy about that.
I thought I did a video. It might have gotten deleted or something over the years. I don't see.
I like the Veercraft idea where you just hit a base and just get instant Thor without having to wait for it.
It sure as heck sucked trying to figure out which one had the most out of every vault there was on the map.
And then rolling up to a giant that was half.
Yeah, I thought I had a video. Deleted over the years. Oh. Those were the days, though. Suicide Valks.
Well, I was trying to do it without the Nova. I usually take the Nova down in this corner here and take this stuff out, but I know some people don't have it, so.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I think I'm still building mine.
Hey, see them 3 walls over there?
Yep, 12 hours and I got my Nova.
Them 3 walls, you can shoot profit shots into that base and knock out some of them bunkers. If you have a profit.
Yeah, you sure can. You just got to line it up nice and straight.
Thanks to Bonsai for that. Teaching me that, because now I actually use that because it saves my Herald a lot.
If you line that profit up just right, you'll be able to catch all the heavies in that on that exact side, the railguns and overwatches.
You can clear most of the back of the base with the profit. If you do it right.
Let's see how this Nova tank works. I still have yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it goes.
So this is the 10. So this is the one after the restart token.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, you get the restart token, the defense wave.
So like I was saying earlier in the stream that after the restart token, I really don't ask the panel to do a limitation on their units, because if you can get to the restart token and past it, you know, then it's up to you. Like, be creative.
It's going to shoot wide left. Bring it to your left.
Yeah, it's going to shoot that's going to curve real far to the left.
Yep, it did.
It's like here's the concept with the profit that I always remembered. If you've ever been a fan of billiards, line up your shot like you're lining up the cue, and you'll actually have a good shot through. Bam! Look at that. Cleaned it up.
So I'm not sophisticated. What's billiards?
Pool, 8-ball, 9-ball.
I'm a
pool. Okay.
I'm a billiard player.
That's the easiest way to try to factor it, because I try to think about it. That's the best way to do it with the profit.
And that wipes out almost the whole base right there.
I have a friend, Slim Shady, who used to take junk mail, because junk mail has a straight edge, and he would put it up to the screen to line up his profit shot.
Yep. A piece of cardboard, index card, ruler, anything that's a straight edge.
If you bend it at a 90-degree angle, you can have a handle to hold it.
True. A protractor might even help.
Yeah. But it's flat, so you'd have to actually touch your screen.
No, I just go in with Herald and finish it off.
That's what faction 3 is.
I used a lot of missiles on this base, primarily Peacekeepers and Deadeyes.
I'm surprised the PK lands.
On this one?
What I did was I brought my envoys around to take them out because the Sparrows didn't hit them after I got rid of all the nuisances that were in the way. And then the Tesla towers there in the front can be taken out by Deadeyes. That whole front line could be shot with the missiles without being fired upon. Unless it's a Peacekeeper, because then you'd lose the last two on the right, because there was that Tempest there in the center. It also depends, and it's very important to look into it as you're shooting a missile, what direction they're firing from.
Yeah, if it's not a MAV or bullseye.
Right. Does anybody use the EMP versus the shock?
Oh yeah. There's some times where you could, like right now, if you've got one Herald in here, you can drop after you got a Herald and one Hunter, I meant, you can drop an EMP or a shock missile, and like as long as the shock missile can't get shot down. And I don't know how long the EMP shocks for, but I know the regular standard shock missile, the one that can get shocked down, shocks for like a minute.
Yeah.
So I think the EMP is like 12 to 15 seconds, which is still plenty of time if you want to get a Herald over there. So just stuff like that. I've used it on a what was it? Oh, I hit a so flak turrets tear up Furies. These Furies are not like uniques, so flak does like bonus damage to stuff that's not unique, and so I use a shock or like the EMP on it because I couldn't land a regular shock on it. So the cheap missile that you can use to shock things. I don't use it very often, but there's times where
didn't get it.
It's you can use it.
Right.
Makes your life a little less painful. And more than likely, if those rocket silos have should have Achilles GS, I would imagine. Oh yeah, and a pro tip: if the rocket silos have that little black bubble on the top, that like dome, like if it's rounded at the top, that means that it can't hit whatever unit you have deployed. If it's flat at the top, just like right now, that means it can hit when it's whatever you have deployed. Now, obviously, it was flat because he was damaging it, but like if you deploy something and the rocket silos automatically open, that means that it can hit whatever you have deployed.
Exactly.
So just a pro tip out there for you.
Another pro tip as well: if you have a unit that is a hero, like a Santiago or a Nyx or even a Jericho, because they're hero class, and you were to deploy them and take a look at the missile silo and it doesn't open up based on its basic air or ground type, then you'll know that there's a good chance that you won't find a GS, an Achilles GS in there. Well, now if it does have an Achilles GS, of course, with the hero types, you won't be shot down for them because heroes aren't targeted by the GS, only the uniques.
Yep.
So it's
technically the heroes are a version of whatever they're the hero of. So like Santiago is a Drake, and Ardra is a Purifier, Roland is a Hammer, essentially. So they're not going to get targeted, but the Herald can't get targeted by the GS because anything that hits ground can't hit the Herald. But
even
like your Jug, Darkstorm, Prophet, all these things we earned in basically your Shadow Ops units are what can get targeted by the GS. Just think that way.
And if it is a hero unit like a Draken or a Nyx or anything of its type, like with the Nyx being the Fury or the Draken, the Draken hero Santiago, if you don't have those hero units, then the standard units in the form of a Draken or Fury or anything would also work for that same silo. So it's always good to remember. If it has a hero unit listed with it, you can probably pop that GS out of there.
There was a zombie event where I had my Jug and I had a Vindicator, and it was a cave, and so I put the Vindicator down to hit the GF because I didn't have a I couldn't get fairy. I couldn't get wraiths, not wraiths, but yeah, wraiths and valkyries. I couldn't get in there, but I could get a vindicator in to kill the thing. So I killed that, and then I was able to take my jug and continue. So now we have the 11 that Rambo's doing with the same tune.
Nice pull on that 10, Rambo.
I'm gonna see what you do on this one because I can do this one, but it's really like I don't like doing it.
No, this is definitely
got done with, and it gave me a headache.
To me, it's harder than the 12.
Yep,
which is interesting.
It's definitely what I call the hardest base in the whole.
It's not like it's still pretty easy, but you can
You can use
what?
You can use profit in that base too.
Yeah.
Use the profit to hit that defense lab to knock out that hunter, and then you can hit that railgun with the air unit.
Let's try the profit down here. I'm gonna run it down.
Fire, though, you'll have some incoming coming at you.
Just press the end attack as soon as it fires.
Soon as it fires, yeah.
End attack when it fires.
Now.
I have Nova there, so hopefully. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shoot outside the aura because you're so close.
Woke up everybody there.
Yeah.
That was
we got exactly what we're talking about.
I totally don't do it this way, so I'm giving it a shot. That was great.
Good thing to remember is try not to use buildings that spawn anything. At the same time, if you have any cover fire for it, keep it with you.
Yeah, well, I did, and I just figured.
We can use the bunker buster with you, but Bishop.
Yeah, I have it on. I got my Sunder here. I could hit that bunker.
Sunder got a zombifier on it?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Except I don't think he's there anymore. Where'd he go?
I think it's dead.
It died. No, there it is. It's there.
Use the academy to take out the next corner. And that'll be the railgun and the hunter missile there with the drone silo.
Yeah. Take that shit out.
Seeker of all the standard no Darkstorm aura affects turrets. It's only bunkers and units that come out of bunkers.
Did that not?
Which one?
The first one, the yellow one. Put the yellow one.
Oh wow, that was way off.
That's what I'm saying. The academy.
Yep. That was.
The lineup is literally the tail chain wheel track wheel with the front of the nose.
Oh, okay.
Just like I said, it's like shooting billiards.
Let's see if I can do that.
Anyone who's got.
You'd be too close. That railgun's going to hit you from that power plant.
Yeah. I was gonna say you could use ERMs to block that railgun to hit, and then use vindicators.
The
lined up and curved. All right, I got friends coming.
Yeah.
I just use air on that.
It takes a lot of practice to get those lineups right, because even sometimes with you lining it up perfectly, sometimes the shot will veer off to the left or right. You'll either catch a drag or some other.
I think of that profit shot as like a balloon, and then like kick size world, like what we're fighting is the wind. It just blows the balloon away.
I got it now. I got the term I was looking for. It either kicks a drag or it kicks a fade.
What makes that ball curve is when units are shooting at your profit. That will make your ball curve.
Okay.
You can use that with if the small defenders are coming out of buildings. If you want a curveball, just wait for them to shoot at you and target them. Then you can curve the ball at that point where you want them to curve, if you know what I mean.
Major league pitching. Very nice. A little spit on that ball.
Yeah. I used that a couple of times where I just let the last defenders hit me on the right.
Yeah.
And I can the curve ball go the right way on the right side.
Sure, I've seen a couple of cricket players throw a nice curve on them. Not just American baseball. Any pitch that's got a good trajectory on it and a good spin on it. That shot is exactly the spin on that profit. It will curve on you.
I don't know about football, but it's like bowling.
Yeah.
What? Got it like 5 times. I won't die.
Injustice.
I ain't fucking with it.
Yes.
See how many times I shot that thing?
Yeah. It's probably because of the interference of the other units that are close to you.
Guess so.
Digital glitch.
I'm only gonna kill these units because I'm gonna bring my Nix around here one night when I get over here to these to this particular hunter, and then I just nix the hunter out.
Right.
But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take this turn out first because it does not want to die.
Say, nah, but did you guys cover the trick that I had presented yesterday for the faction 1?
We did not.
Ooh. I'll go ahead and pull that next. I'll volunteer a couple sacrifices of the unit that I use, and I'm not purposely not naming what it is so that when the time comes, you'll know. In fact, I'll stop.
It's a bonus secret for those still watching.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I'll stop screen share just for that moment. Yeah. Yeah, they're all prepped out, and I'll go ahead and start that 20 off. Give it to somebody else there, too.
I think that's a 1-hit base. I could be wrong, but...
Yeah, it's a 1-hit base. The first one is a 1-hit base.
Yep.
So if you have Master Loot on, you might get some res out of it.
Yeah, you're right. You can't give that one away. I forgot I was...
Even if it is just 100,000 or so. It's something.
True. It's still a good way for you to be able to do it without having it cost you anything.
Now, Rambo does this interesting because I like it because you kill the outer stuff where you're not going to get hit by the hunter.
Yep. And then when these two start targeting my, there it goes. Now, once I see that target, then I come over here and beat them up with the escort.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And then I just retreat it out of the way and let the Herald continue. And then when the other two fire up on me, I usually creep around here, but I killed this by accident. So I'm going to come up right behind it. You got to watch out for this one little guy right there. There you go. There you go. And then you're good on that. Did he die? He died. Oh, well. He did it. He did his job.
Yeah, meat shield.
I only have one hunter down here I have to get left.
You got 2.
Oh, there's 2 here. That's right.
Yeah.
Right, that's what this guy's for.
FYI for the experts out there, the elite howlers and the standard howlers you see there, the advanced howler, that's by that Tempest there. Be sure to avoid the perimeter of those guys when you're using envoys because they'll shred them, and they shred them hard.
See, now that surprises me because those are such old units. I wouldn't think it would hurt an envoy, but that's good to know.
They've got some pretty good anti-air technology in the workshop. So anybody who's got a group of them, if you're trying to fight envoys, a good move and shoot with those guys, if you know how to get away from those missiles sideways versus running parallel away from them, you'll get a good fight out of them. The fastest, of course, to shoot them down would be a Romero or a Hunter killer missile.
And notice the turrets, they don't necessarily go for what's hitting them. They go for the first thing they lock on until it'll lock on until whatever's dead or until they die.
Right.
So that's how he's able to get those escorts in there.
It took me almost the entire duration of the clock to do this base when I was chipping away at it because there's so much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot in this.
Yeah, I got 50 seconds left.
It's basically the spawning stuff that annoys me.
Mavericks are good for popping those buildings, the airfields, the barracks, the war factories. Pop them with them. If you're able to get through or pass the bastion first, then you'll have an advantage by getting rid of them without having to worry about them.
I thought that was it.
Oh, we got a little railgun. You got a bottom right. Bottom right, you got that.
Power plant.
I can't even get in there in time. Come here.
Drop a missile. Drop a missile. Drop a bullseye.
Did I?
Nah, bullseye's lands quick.
Oh!
Oh, they're going to rip you. You're not going to get credit for it.
No.
If that was the very last base, you are not going to get credit for it. I bet.
Ah.
No, I hate that.
Don't even.
Oh.
Did it reset, or maybe there's something else?
There must be something else.
Oh,
Yeah, there's something else. Okay.
Wow. I've had that happen before where I had to do a base over.
That would have sucked.
It's happened to me several times that way. Deploy something and it should go away and complete it.
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
Wait, what?
Oh, hang on. Right there. Right there.
Thank God.
Insurance.
Wow.
We've all faced it once.
Hold on. Hold on. Did you notice that? You just got gold tech because they did you dirty like that. So
I would have gone dirty on them.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It's just practice. It's just extra practice on the base, you know.
All right, who's next?
Was there any other?
Bunza.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could do a faction 3.
Who's doing 12 for me?
Faction 3.
But like faction 3 after Biggs shows his little secret.
All right, let me go ahead and re-enable the screen share.
I know you use profit and whatnot, so.
All right, screen share is going.
All right, Biggs, can you go full screen? Just where your Facebook's not showing.
I'm already working on it, man.
There you go.
Now, find me the faction 1 without using. Where's Waldo?
When you look, oh yeah, you're looking for faction 1.
Got him right there.
Just as I posted too.
Here's the beauty about this. You really don't need to use anything within a faction to do this.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. I'm asking for knowledge. You got a couple Lancers with javelins. Is there any reason?
Yeah. I had just acquired those javelins and I wanted to test out their range and their power for use before I started the restarts. And I actually was breaking open Vercraft 80s using those guys as an assistance.
That sounds like a good combo.
Are they maxed or no?
No, they're still level 1. I got them going level 2 as we speak.
Dude, they get like
just acquired.
So they're 620 at standard or at maxed. They get 620 standard range plus a 20% buff to air. So really, the range goes to
632, 33.
Anyway, so 620 plus a 20% buff gives them 744 range, which will outrange any turret in the game.
Yep.
Including the microwave. Which
and the rail.
Yep, and the rail. So floating rail is mainly what I use them for.
Yep.
So
Overwatch
that would be a good unit for Kickstarter re-release because a lot of old school people have those, and we have an advantage over people. And now you can slap it with a caretaker. So caretakers and those things, and this way it'll essentially give them a little more health, like the caretaker's health. You know.
Are you kidding me? In comparison to their total health versus the caretaker's basic corner, they'll be there forever almost.
I think the caretaker to cover the javelins because the javelins a rifleman could probably take them out.
Yep. All right, we ready to go?
Yes, sir. You're up.
Faction target 1. This one actually knocked everything out the ballpark yesterday. when I had the bright idea to use what I'm about to use. Most people don't even regard these units as useful anymore. Well,
so just to give you guys some context, I was showing, he was looking at this base. I said, "Oh, just use envoys, then Martin, and just pop the boxes." And he says, "You know, I got a better idea." I said, "Oh boy!"
And this is what I did.
I was impressed. I have to give him credit for this.
I'm watching.
The 50 gold he was going to charge me for me being on the panel. How about that?
Dude, when you jumped off, when you left, I was like, "Oh man, I feel so bad."
I knew if I wasn't going to be able to pay a debt, I wasn't going to stick around to be able to acquire that debt either. Screw that.
So we got mercs right here.
Yes, sir. Anywhere in here, all you have to do is once you pop one or a few of those boxes, use whatever pops out because the mercs will drop dead immediately, and start tearing those boxes apart. Let Ruby take it all from there.
All you need is one box open, and that's it.
So throw Ruby on. They're on mercenaries, and I'm using the strikers, the elite strikers. I've maxed them out, so they're very helpful with their armor. Like I said, just pick any spot in the middle and have at it.
But like Valiants, Envoys, whatever will work if you don't have these.
Bam. Take him out, use him. Pop that.
I try to get the escorts because they have the most health. And then they have splash too.
Yeah. But you gotta be careful with the graphical lockouts because sometimes you won't be able to target what box you're trying to target. And all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. Oh, see? Just like that. Those guys got shot down before I could even get to the next.
Yep, that's why I usually pop the escorts because they'll last a lot longer. Because I'll get all the escorts and then I'll they're strong enough to last.
Yeah, we'll go back into the base and build more and just do it again.
Hey man, you had one job to show how awesome this was, and you just made it look like a complete failure.
No, because I'm also playing without sound too, so I can cater to the show as well. So if I could hear the timing of what's going on, then it would be easier. But I can't turn the volume up. So again, even if there is an error and you do goof, oops, here we go. It'll still show. So in the example of the Great Daba Phoenix here, that first example is an example of what not to do.
Good cover, good cover. See, I was testing you to see if you could cover yourself.
Or if I was paying attention.
See, what I would recommend doing is just fill it all the way with the mercs.
Mm-hmm.
This way you get 12 or 13, however many.
Yeah.
And this way you can have the best chance.
See, yesterday I did it with 3, but as you noticed within that first take, I had some issues with them trying to target the buildings because they kept trying to walk around.
Are you trying to be a cheapskate with that door, huh?
Well, I'm trying to be a cheapskate for anybody who doesn't have these units in use, who don't have them at disposal.
Good answer.
Damn.
There you go. Now, use them Cerberus to bust the boxes open. There we go. Now it's gonna go good.
Now it's cooking. See? Extra travel time. And that's primarily what happens with the game. And after enough of them opened up, it'll open all by itself. I'm not touching anything now.
Yep. All you want to do in this base is just open the boxes. The base will do the rest. If you keep Ruby on.
Yep. And that 20 is as good as done without using a Sentinel unit. So even if you don't have one, or if you have just one, an Acolyte, you can still get this base done if you have strong enough oh gosh, help me out here. Mercenaries.
Because you'll need a Sentinel unit at the base, whether it's air or ground, just to be able to attack it. But you don't have to deploy the unit.
Yeah, like for this platoon, I've got sentries here, but they're not necessary. Same for the caretaker. You could bring a caretaker over by itself and do that.
Mm-hmm. This Kitsai just needs a Sentinel unit by that base.
Yep, a qualified Sentinel unit.
All right, can we show your repairs?
Come on, man. Mercenary.
What's it, 600,000 Thor, I think, for this? Is your only damage?
Don't freak out the noobs now. Come on now.
So you can hit one VK50 and then do that base a bunch of times. All right, Bonsai, you ready?
Yeah.
Can you show what's in your tunes and the schematics and all that good stuff?
Sorry.
There you go. There you go.
Actually, it is what I use in the first one.
That was the faction 1 animal. We were just showing that, like, just a little trick that you can use the mercs in there.
Yeah, for all those rookies out there, if they have a friend who's got a few that can do so, just getting access to one. Because the one thing that we didn't mention in the middle of all that was the fact that even if there's a bastion on base, and this is something even I didn't know till yesterday when you said so, Daba, even if there's a bastion on that base, you can still drop the mercenaries in there and pop a bastion that way.
I've killed many bastions with a full thing of mercs.
Yeah.
What I use in the beginning is just Juggernaut, Sunder, Caretaker, and Bishop.
Yeah. And here we were overthinking it all this time.
and Prophet.
So a key thing with his Prophet is he's got all 3 tech. Mainly the tech that one is the boom. The third one that we just got that increases the splash.
Yeah.
I've got to actually max that tech out. So.
What I do is, oh, sorry. What did you say?
I was just telling them what tech you have on your Prophet because that's one of the main techs. Like if somebody watches this and say, "Why doesn't my Prophet do that?" So
what I do is I spawn in my Cerberus and Juggernaut and Caretaker to kill those crickets first. And I just hit move and attack, just a little bit at a time. As soon as that bishop starts to target those crickets, they will come for you.
wow, I didn't realize those sentries did that much on those crickets.
Just
oh yeah.
Retrieve those, and I
got like 40 of them or 60 of them, but I haven't used them yet.
What I want is to hit that bunker here. So I put out my Prophet here.
Just a pro tip: anything like Last Stand Defenders, these guys and all that, they can all be Prophet target points. So
curveball, and it curves right. Damn. I thought it was gonna curve left.
So see how he's using the next rifle, the next why can't I think of his name? Operator.
Yeah.
To just target something. And I'm gonna use this one. And then if that building keeps spawning them, he can keep targeting stuff with it.
Now I just hit those 2 what do you call them?
I know sentries on the right pop is good to take out the AA while they're out, and take out that
I just use
bastion.
Now I take this a little further back, and I take those sentries that spawned out and just kill the
everything back there.
Yeah.
Are you on the secret one?
And I just killed those.
What'd you say, Rambo?
I'm wondering, are you on this faction or are you just doing the faction?
He's just doing it.
Because I need it.
Okay. Then I take this out. Then I take this out. Oh, now I just...
No rush.
I want that ray gun here. I just hit that one. Like about here. And
that curved right into it.
That trick you were telling me about yesterday, Dabo, on that base that I was working on, that 25?
And now I take those sentries and just clear the base. I don't want to kill those out yet. I'm gonna show you why.
What base was it, and what trick?
Where the sentry was drawing fire in the...
oh, yeah. That 55 or 50, whatever.
Yeah,
that, main track 8.
That special move is very good in here when you're going against the tanks that are on the left. You bring out the sentries and you bring out the envoys, you can drag them forward, and the envoys will eat them up.
Yeah, so for those playing at home, the sentries apparently are like your Cerberus, where they just aggro stuff. which is kind of weird, but it works.
Man, it made the sentries on here stronger than most of the other bases, huh?
See, mine always die. I couldn't even kill that Titan with my sentries that spawned from here unless they just buffed them today.
Yeah. I had to use my Herald to take out those Titans if I wanted to clear them out.
Well, normally I don't kill them. I just leave them because I just herald the buildings, but I just wanted to see like if they could.
Well,
Hey, his is still alive.
Because they also have the drones. When you have a unit spawned, when you have a unit deployed on the map, the Titan drones will actually deploy. When there's not a unit yet on the map, the Titan drones will not deploy. So when they're not deployed is the best time to go ahead and fire a missile if you have access to it, like when he popped that bastion. So in here, you could actually use a few bullseyes or whatnot to help through it.
Oh yeah, you could use PKs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Save resources.
But you got to remember not to deploy anything before you launch that missile, or those drones on that Titan will eat them up faster than the Tempest would.
No Shadow Up 7. Well, the Shadow Up 70 we just had, I had to end attack because of that. Because I would use Deadeyes, and the Titans would shoot them down if I didn't.
And I use my prophet again, and I go for that one here. Overwatch, or what you call it there.
So this is a lot less painful than the way I do it. Like this. Because see, when I look at a base, I don't look at stuff and say, oh, that's a good profit target point. But Bonsai loves his profit.
Always look for walls. That's your easiest way to look into it.
So then you can use him to kill the CCs.
Yeah. It's also good to know that the envoys outrange those operators. So if you're not using them for this type of method, you can actually wipe them out that way.
As soon as my ball hit those two CCs, I just ended the attack. Because they will hurt your profit if you don't end the attack. I kill most of the base here. I take out my profit again.
Those crickets are nasty, real nasty.
Yeah, they are.
I want to make a formal request to have the Cerberus defect over to Sentinels so we can use them in this base.
I got an even better one. In the next event, when we go multi-faction, let's be able to blend them like we do with some of these faction bases during the weekdays.
Yeah, see, instead of having like individualized factions, let's just have all blended factions, like from.
Now I use that power plant to kill those.
Like when you're fighting Sentinels, the Corpus and the Survivors only could be used. When you're fighting Corpus, only Survivors and Sentinels could be used. When you're fighting Survivors, only Corpus and Sentinels could be used. You know, that sort of deal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How did that not kill the one?
It probably had either an off angle or not enough distance on it. Do you have the tech where it actually fires out even further?
Yeah. He's got all of them maxed.
Okay.
And I go now
That's a
on
big question mark.
Because it blew up on it, so I figured it would kill it.
But it's okay. I have still this one. I can hit. I will take out that hunter. Was there somebody who wanted that base?
Yeah, I'm going to come get it. Just let me know where.
We'll take out the hunter, and then you can just herald it. But
yeah, that's all.
Can you take out that middle stuff on that island just to show YouTube?
The middle stuff? Then,
yeah, like the rocket silos and all that.
The top left there.
Yeah, but that guy that won that base will have a problem with this one. I can hit that one now.
Yeah, hit that one.
And probably oh, wait. I have to a little steeper and like this.
Hey, Dubba.
I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
Is that a lizard on the bottom right?
Bottom left.
Aha, you noticed.
Hey, they're saying thank you. Shout out to Lizard King.
I will let this be for you. in this sector, that section.
So what would you normally do with those phalanx and that acolyte over there?
Just go here, this way around.
And let that clean all of it up, all the buildings.
Yeah. Now I have to I can maybe clean it with this one.
Yeah. Just like clean as much as you can just for YouTube. This way you see like angles and whatnot.
The tank isn't going after the prophet. It's like right at his nose.
The good thing with stuff like that Tempest, if it had adaptive armor on it, you could hit it multiple times with that prophet shot.
Huh.
And the adaptive armor basically means it can't take more than a certain percentage of his health.
You can actually herald the base now. I am at where?
You got it blocked, so I can't tell.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You just post it. Oh yeah, there you
go. 340.
Okay.
304.
You were down by where I was. Okay.
So Rambo, can you use the new searcher thingy? Like click your chords and then you can type them in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, click the chords over there on the left, and you can type whatever chords that you need.
When you go in with your herald, kill the what do you call it? Tyson with your herald. Then you can move over and drop those 2 boxes out and kill the rest of the base with the Phoenix or what do you call it, and Alkaloid.
Why can't I find? Oh, there you are. Okay.
So this is another way to do any of the event bases, is to tag team it with friends. So you can have if you have a good clan or just team member or friends, whatever. You don't even have to be in the same clan or whatever. But
same for sure.
Some people throw missiles in, or some people kill something and somebody kills something else.
How dead is your herald?
How about what?
How dead is Harold?
Max.
Yeah.
How much health does it have?
Oh, I got 1 bar left.
Hey, it still flies. That's all that matters.
Let me. I'm gonna clear little for you.
Why? What's gonna shoot at it?
This one.
Nothing.
I don't think he's got anything in there.
Yes.
Nope.
It's just the.
This one. What do you call it?
The storm. That ain't gonna damage it, Harold.
Oh, but
it'll tickle it.
Yeah, it'll scratch the paint.
I have a total fresh hell, so there's no point for him to.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I appreciate it. I'm only on.
Like they say at my job, teamwork makes the dream work. So tag team at a base is a good way to do it.
I've been heralding everything, so my herald's pretty shot for the day.
It's also good to tag team when you're trying to do shadow ops as well. Like with the last phase, the very Josh you were talking about, and I had devised a plan where I had trouble getting through the 70 without having enough help because I kept running out of time. So he jumped on and he had maximum PKs the same. So we flooded each base and made sure we got our Novas.
There you go.
Because I was able to find a way to sweep to the left and get past the Hunter missile turret that was sitting on standby without being shot. And I was able to take out the Bastion with less than 2 minutes of damage on my one escort, and the rest was all missiles.
I would lose I would get half damage to escort, either that or lose him between the Hunter and getting back to the missile Bastion. Just because I could never scoot around, I went all the way to the edge of the screen and I tried it. I went all the way up to the right side, but they had other stuff over there. I was like, whatever, I'll just take the damage because I have 50-something escorts, so 1 escort per base ain't bad.
Yeah, I actually went 9 for 9 that way. It was amazing. No escorts lost.
I dropped the Titan for you too. So
I see that. I'm right outside, so whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Even if you were to take those bases out, the phalanx and the acolyte that's sitting there would still count you to be able to claim the base. There's still a go-go bar right by them too, so you know they're having fun.
So what you see now is Bonsai is making this base noob proof for Rambo. Too many
There's
names.
avalanche there too. If that be the case.
If you have a long day, had a long day with his Herald, I can clear that. File.
Well, I could do without the Herald now.
I would hope so. Fly the Omega Titan in there. I haven't seen one of them fly in a while.
Use a rocket buggy.
Bringing in.
They use kick size units against their turrets. Because you could have put Nyx or Furies in there to take that avalanche out, but he's going to take these boxes and use their units.
Yep. Nothing like playing with the house money, not your own.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
All you gambling fanatics out there.
I'm just going to take these guys and hit that because zombies are going to distract it. No, not one.
Until they get close enough,
they're going to get locked up. You have to get them a lot closer because they're going to get locked up over there. Okay, they actually are hitting. I want a refund on mine then because mine got locked up.
They weren't even going after that turret. They were going after the tanks because the turret's floating around. The zombies only attack everything that's on the ground.
Thank you, sir.
No, the acolytes. My acolytes locked up and they wouldn't shoot the thing.
Oh yeah, that.
I don't know what was up with that, but
so many glitches, man.
Now I gotta get to
right. So
4.
Let's see. We did 12, did 11, did 10, did 8, 5, did faction 3. So pretty much covered everyone that YouTube requested.
Yep.
Looks like it.
So it's been about we started at 4. It's now 7:30, close to 7:30, so 3.5 hours.
Any other questions before anybody signs off?
The better question is there anybody still alive out there on YouTube? Because I haven't seen anybody type anything for like the pet. Oh, there we go. Debo, why don't you come on and show us how to do the 75 cave? Good.
Yeah. I would love to know that myself.
What?
I'll give you a key secret. Escorts.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Have you not seen that?
I was able to jump on a little late in there because I think somebody was doing it, but I didn't catch it from the beginning. Oh!
Let's leave a little teaser for the viewers, but escorts. That's a little teaser for you guys. Escorts for the 75.
That's how I used to do it right there. Bonsai did bring in Martin and take a splash on it, but
Debo's talking about the max or the 12. Yeah, we did the 12. Debo, come in Hangouts. We'll show you on the after show party.
Yeah,
I think it was the first base I did actually.
It was. You did it out of order because I got to do that next.
Yeah, well, I that's the one I'm on now too. So right, I need the 4. I did that one in order for me.
Repairing my escorts for that.
All right, so if there's no other thing in YouTube, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up like a Christmas present with a bow on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And let's do some shout-outs. So go ahead and present Bonsai because he's actually doing stuff, blowing stuff up. So Bonsai, what shout-outs and last pieces of tips and advice and all that good stuff do you have for the workman community?
I just want to say take it slowly and safe, and make sure if it's getting too hot, just end the attack. Of course, not in the one hit bases, but the other bases. And as we talked about before, I would give a shout out for those who are at work now, protecting us, like the firefighters, police, and the what do you call them?
Congrats.
Yeah, they are working on hospitals, paramedics. That's all for me. Thank you.
All right, cool. Hey, what about the wife?
Oh, not today.
Hey man, I'm trying to keep you
wife alone.
No.
No, he always gives a shout out to her, and I think he said he got in trouble one time or something for not giving her a shout out.
No. She's gone to bed, so.
Oh, okay. Big
waiting
shout
for it.
outs, tips and tricks, and whatnot for the War Commander community.
Some tips and tricks.
And shout outs too.
It's good if you have the investment, if you haven't built your army of Envoy up, to be able to do so, because they will become one of the key pieces in this event, the same as a Poly, a Darkstorm, and as you saw, Romero. If you don't have a Nova tank, that is. Now, if you're working on having a Nova tank, it's always good to watch the show and get your tips here and from prior shows as well, because, boy, it does take a lot to try to get through some of these bases, and at times it can be even overwhelming, but a few tips here and there will actually help out. So it's good to always view in. You got guys like who I'm shout out here, the entire panel here, Daba for hosting the show here, and anybody else who's on the panel. Good shout out to you guys. They'll be able to help you guys out, and all the same of watching any error of myself and included, that you wouldn't be able to have to worry about using your units as bad as you thought you might have, or even have to go in the process of even trying to coin it to try to stay alive. It's always good to take your time and to get those tips in beforehand and be patient about it, and in the case of what I'm needing to do now, take a deep breath so that you're able to flow through it a lot simpler and a lot smoother. And you'll maybe even notice, if you're watching the behavior of the units and how the game is playing, even if it is glitching, on just how you have to adapt and what you might have to use. So always keep a spare platoon of what you're using just in case you lose a few, and that way you don't lose too much time during the event. And if you know how to do so, stash your thorium so you're not having to use too much time to restock your missiles or your missile vaults for defensives. Big shout out to Sarah, to Zion, to my kids out in California, to Joshua, who was on the show today as a guest on YouTube. Thank you for viewing here for the very first time, and welcome back to War Commander, and thank you for introducing me to the game. And a shout out to Robin Kamich, who will soon be joining us, because he also has gotten an interest based on what we've seen with the game and with my gameplay. And I think he's going to be jumping in to become a pretty big warrior. So keep your ears wide open, because you got a new warrior coming your way, a good warrior. And I'm pretty sure this panel will be willing to train him too. So everybody out there, have a safe day, have a great day. And if you're out there affected by this so-called shutdown going on, my apologies. Everybody's feeling it all the same in every field. Keep your head up, and we'll all get through it together. Let's all try to help each other out. Y'all have a good day. God bless and peace out.
All right, cool. Just one thing before we do our next panelist. Just make sure you get your 50 gold fee for him, all right? You could get 50 gold off of him. So just throwing it out there.
Don't start that again. You're going to mess my computer up.
No. You charge your friend 50 gold to come on a panel,
Yeah, and when you did that to me, I got locked out of the show early.
All right, Rambo, you're up. Tips and tricks, shout outs, and anything else you want to say?
Shout out to the panel, and welcome Biff for coming to our thing. That's got to be one of the longest closings I've heard in a while, but it was very thorough. Good job. I think the biggest thing I can tell everybody to do these days is, don't rush into this. When that timer starts and we're off to do this event, wait and see the videos. There's a lot of people post a lot of ways to do it, and sometimes we perfect it after we get it done. You're really going to save a lot of time and effort and repair time. So just take your time, come to the show, watch the replays, do what you got to do before you actually start the event. Because you see us lose all of our shit every time, and you don't want to be that person. So if you're not a coiner, don't waste that time. Save it. Start in halfway through the day. Usually we get some videos up before the end of the day. And a lot of good pointers. So keep in touch, and thanks for coming.
All right, cool. So I guess that just leaves me. How do I do this? I want to screen share something. There's a picture from Google that I wanted to share, but of course there was a website on it, so I don't want to present any websites that I don't sponsor, that don't sponsor us. But check the.
Stop posting your porn. Come on.
I gotta make War Commander coin somehow. I guess I'll have my screen share. All right. Okay. Oh, let's just do him. All right, cool. So, I know this is kind of ghetto and all this, but just read the message. Have patience. All things are difficult before they come easy.
True.
So, every event, the first day, everyone's like, this event's hard, this event's terrible. And, you know, a lot of times I'm like, yeah, this is a really rough event. But then by now, like Saturday, mid-event, we're like, hey, it's actually not, or it's a fun gaming experience with the event. So, just be careful with everything. You know, Ruby is a Kixeye created character, but she can, what's the word I'm looking for? She can be a very heartless character and drive your units to their deaths. Same thing with Fist. So never, always be mindful of what your troops are doing. Learn your troops' strengths and weaknesses. Like I was showing earlier, attack ground turrets with air turrets with ground. Good old-fashioned War Commander. And remember that War Commander is a strategy game, not a bully game, not a I'm better than you, you know, like Anton Airlines always says, keep it classy and global and all that. So with that, enjoy the event. Thank you, Kixeye, for making such a good event. Let's see, what's today? Saturday, so stay tuned. Next show will be on Wednesday at normal time. I believe they're hosting it at 7 Eastern, which is going to be 12 a.m. GMT, whatever the normal time is. So be sure to like and subscribe. And Biggs, can you say have a good day, everyone?
Thank you for watching War Commander Unshackled. Have a great day.